and Zaslow. Greg Cody. Roy Bellamy. Jeremy Tache. Tony Colariu. Chris Cody. Dan Le Batard.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mic's up. Cue.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show.
Stubbed my toe just like a minute ago. It hurt so bad. Such a bad way to start the morning. What is that, right?
You're not wearing shoes?
I am wearing shoes. You could stub your toe still while you're wearing shoes.
It was the first thought I had as well, same as Mike.
All right, well, now you know.
The way you're complaining about it gives off
He took his
barefoot
shoes off
stub.
in the office.
There's a big difference between barefoot stub and shoe on stub.
My pants are also off. No one can tell.
So how long are those toenails of yours? Because I think that might be the problem.
Okay, that's a good question. I always keep my toe and fingernails very short. You could see my fingernails.
You a biter?
Can't. No.
Pause.
Do you
no.
get ingrown?
No. I've never ever bitten my nails.
Ingrown
I think it's
toenails
disgusting.
Is a warning sign for heart
But you
disease.
could see in my fingernails. I always keep them very, very short. Never, ever, ever bite them. But I clip them often.
You got bad nails.
Bad toenails, you're saying?
No, the beds.
They just zoomed
You got-
in on
yeah,
the fingers.
you got bad nail beds.
Let's see it again.
What is a nail bed? I don't even know what that means. What's a nail bed?
Your nails.
You're the rare non-biter that looks like a biter.
Yeah.
Those things look like you're biting.
Tiny
Tuesday.
nail beds.
Yep, they're tiny.
Gotta push those cuticles back.
No, I don't.
Those are too short.
I don't like when they grow. It makes me feel weird.
Blow
I
the
don't know.
whistle. Too
I have like a
short.
sensory issue, I guess. I don't
It's
like
called neurodivergence.
it. Ugh. No, I am's what I am's. Yo, stop trying to force Weezer on me.
I'm not trying to force Weezer on you. You have a mental illness. Yeah. It's because you like this relationship with Weezer. You like what they represent. You're like a good old days guy. You like to say that things aren't as good now as they used to be.
But what about if they're not?
Look, those are two classic albums.
For who?
If I were ranking the two best Weezer albums, I'd rank them Blue Album, Pinkerton.
Right, me
And
too.
depending on your mood, they can alternate.
Right, me too.
But you just gave up trying because you like what it represents. Yeah. You like saying that Weezer isn't as good as they used to be more than you actually.
So I like telling
those
the truth.
No. You like saying that they're not as good as they used to be more than you actually like those two albums.
How many albums does Weezer have? Let's see.
47 albums.
I mean,
it's
they
an
got
ungodly,
a lot of albums.
It's an
at this
ungodly
point.
amount of albums and EPs, and some of them are covers. Yeah, they've released a lot of music. Is their batting average great? No, absolutely not.
Joey Gallo.
But are there great moments in the last 25 years? Absolutely.
Wow. So, I mean, I stopped keeping track.
I know you did, and that's the issue. So when the Green Album came out, you were like, I'm not going to give this a try.
Green Album's got a couple good songs. Hash Pipe's a good song. The first track on the album's a good song.
Crab?
No, that song's not good. Photograph's okay.
Don't Let Go?
I know that song's good. Yep, that
Yeah.
song's good.
Island in the Sun?
Nah.
Oh, Island in the Sun's a great song.
No, it's
a
not.
very pleasant song.
Yeah, it's very commercial and pleasant, and I'm embarrassed for you as someone who knows music. I'm embarrassed for you that
You don't know
like
music.
that song.
Do you know Pork and Beans? Do you know Burnt
no,
Shame?
no.
Do you know Keep Fishing?
No. Yes.
All right. Is that the one with the Muppets?
I don't know.
It's the one with the Muppets.
I don't know. It's you. I don't know. I was lying. I don't know.
I mean, but the thing is, like, Weezer caters to people that are like you, that don't want to admit that they just don't want to try new Weezer. They don't have the bandwidth. I don't want to know about teal albums. I don't want to know about red
So there's
albums.
a blue, there's a green, there's a red, there's a teal, there's a white.
There's a white.
When are they going to run out of colors?
Most people would say all their albums
And now
are
there's a
white.
gold.
Yeah, the gold album, in which, once again, like they do every 8 years or so is they make a 90s ass album for people like Zaz who won't even care enough to try it out.
Cool.
This song has a couple of albums. Look at that. Was that a screen grab of all their albums? That's crazy. That is. I'm gonna go ahead and say.
How is
too
that
many
all their albums?
No, that's some of that is fake.
I mean,
Like,
well, that one right there's Pablo Honey by Radiohead.
Yeah, they did not come out with Pablo Honey, but there's a lot. Like Hurley's there twice.
That's Wheezy.
Yeah, that's not. They did come out
The
with
Big
a song.
Game album?
That Ratitude. I'm pretty sure that they had a song with Lil Wayne. Can't Stop Partying.
That's actually not Pablo Honey by Radiohead, but it
No,
looks like it.
I think that's more See Playground. But just try them out. Give it a spin. Give the Gold album a whirl.
Okay, you know what? I will listen to it.
I feel like maybe it's the sign of getting old. And I don't know if you guys feel this way, but I am to the point where I just want to listen to songs that I already know. I don't want to listen to new music.
I'm totally with you.
I know you're totally with her,
I'm
but she at
totally
least
with
has
you.
the guts to admit it.
I'm
where
s-
you just want to go
I
live in
just
this lie that
admitted
Weezer
it.
sucks. Weezer doesn't suck. Weezer is a hugely inspirational band
My
that occasionally.
entire life is about admitting that. I went out for the first time in forever this weekend, and why did I go out? To go see a Pearl Jam tribute band. So yes, I like the songs that I like.
But
I don't want new music.
All right, there you go. Doesn't it feel good?
This
Doesn't
is
it
not a
feel good?
secret.
But the thing is, Weezer puts out albums for you. They cater to you.
He doesn't know those songs.
You don't like. They meet you halfway.
It's hard to learn new songs.
It is, actually.
You know,
It is not hard to learn new songs. You're missing out. There's a lot of great new music.
I've never been sitting around like, man, I wish I had more songs to listen to. I got a lot of songs.
You have enough songs.
Yeah, I do.
You have enough
I
songs.
have
have
enough
enough songs, too.
I
I
got
have
enough
enough-
songs. I'm never going to run out of songs that I like.
Fontaine CC is doing some special stuff.
And when I get to the end of the songs that I like, which took a really long time to run through, I'll rewind and I'll listen to them again.
So Pearl Jam releases a new album. You're listening to it.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be good. Yeah, it's going to be really
Oh,
good.
you can't. Nope. See, that flies in the face of everything you just said was your ethos.
Oh, no, but I want new music from the band I love, the
don't
band
love
I've
Weezer?
loved for
Wait.
30-plus years.
Wait, you didn't love Pinkerton and the Blue Album?
Yeah, but I've given those new albums a try, and they're not great.
You haven't given those new albums a try.
I did.
You what's your favorite track off of the Red album?
No, I don't need to keep listening because once they release an album that I didn't like, it's like.
But
eh,
you
I'm
said
kinda
that you
done.
liked the Green album.
It's okay. I said it's okay.
So it wasn't good enough for you to be like the next album following that, which
Well,
was
I must have listened to some of them.
Maladroit?
I must have. Yeah, Maladroit's not a good album. Not good.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
It has a couple of good
And now
songs.
I'm done.
Is
Yeah,
You're
now
just
I'm
done?
Yeah.
you don't know about Burnt Jam.
You're telling me if a band, if a group, if a rapper releases an album, you like their albums, and then they release an album that you think stinks, you're gonna keep listening to new albums they come out with? Yeah.
Yeah,
Like you
probably.
give them another
They
chance.
get two.
Well, one time, so I'm going to say something for hip-hop fans that's probably pretty controversial, and I can't wait to hear Juju's take. To Pimp a Butterfly, which was very experimental,
I love that album.
I hated it.
but I'm a white.
Yeah, and so I was like, okay, I think, but I can't be done on Kendrick, right? Like, then he comes out with DNA, and it's like, I'm back on.
Okay, so you give him a mulligan.
Yeah, give him one mulligan, and then we'll see if we get back on track.
To Pimp a Butterfly was so ambitious.
It was so
And
ambitious.
the layers of jazz were just next level.
I was like, okay, I'm out of here.
But if there were two in a row, you would then bail?
Yes,
I might bail.
That's what happened with me in Chameleonaire. I was a card-carrying member
They
of the
see me
military.
rolling, they hate him.
I like that he didn't curse. Like Will Smith, but with more bona fides.
All right, I think we should just all compose a listening list and just add Zaz to it. Like everybody in Metal Art, what are songs that Zaz needs to listen to? I first nominate Chef Boy, Gang Gang.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I love this idea. We'll put together, we'll curate a playlist. Separately, I'll also put like a 21st Century Weezer playlist of like, here's what you miss, Zaz.
Okay. Juju, put it on the poll.
You miss Chameleonaire.
Put it on the poll. Do you need new music? So Juju is here. Trista's here.
I love this community playlist for Zaz.
Yeah, I'll do that. Juju got
won't.
here yesterday, hanging
won't.
out with us the entire week. Trista got here today.
Actually, yesterday, but the red eye got me here too late to do the show.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I got here at like 10:05.
All right.
So
Could have technically come in, but you know,
you're a Spotify guy, right?
I'm on Spotify. Yeah.
I can.
with ads.
No, but I will give an update here because everybody knows I had the Spotify account. I think this happened last year. I told the story last year
Hijacked
when
by
I
your
started
son.
coming in, and it got hijacked by my son. And that, of course, was the origin of him calling me Sugar Tits.
Yeah. Who's Blueface?
Because I'm listening to Spotify, Trista, Juju. I'm listening to Spotify on my way down here. You know, it's like an hour drive from where we live. My son, though, is on his way. He's driving to school, and he has like a 5-minute drive to school. And in the middle of my ride, I'm listening to whatever I'm listening to, and rap music just comes on. I'm like, what the hell? And so I change it back to what I'm listening to because I would never put on rap music. And I change it back to what I'm listening to.
You kind of suck.
And then the rap music comes back on. I'm like, what is going on?
What in tarnation?
And then I realize, oh, shit. My son is,
Who's NBA Youngboy?
my son is changing. He keeps putting on what he wants. And because we're sharing an account. I didn't realize that if you share an account, that like I have DirecTV Stream in my house. If I'm watching DirecTV Stream in the Zaslow Mansion family room, and then my son puts it on in the game room, it doesn't change the channel for what I'm what I'm watching. We both get to use it, but Spotify doesn't work like that. So he changes the channel, and I said, "Stop changing the channel." And he said, "This is my Spotify now, Sugar Tits," and that's how it went down. Yeah, but now I have my own.
Is that also what your wife calls you?
No, we have different names for each other. We can get into that another time. So,
Just not late for supper. Don't ever do that.
so the Marlins fired their entire scouting department yesterday. What is that about?
I'll grab him.
What's that about? So they fired their entire scouting department, and apparently it's because they discovered video. They discovered that instead of actually going to games and watching the players, you just like watch it on video.
I'm imagining they saw the way Red Zone, the way NFL has replay set up now. They used to send a guy to every game, but now it's just like we're going to have one guy in New York, and he's going to be looking at TVs, watching all the minor league games around scouting multiple players at once. It's an odd one. I don't really know the details of what that goes into scouting, but it just seems odd to go video.
All right, Mike Ryan grabbed Jeremy out of the closet.
There he is.
And there he is. We're letting him out for a few minutes.
He was in the closet looking at pictures of himself.
It's true.
Shit you not.
We're letting him out for
Look
a
at the
few
screen.
minutes to tell us why the Marlins fired their scouting department yesterday.
A lot of teams do this that go more analytics based. The Brewers and the Guardians are two teams that are known to not necessarily be super kind to the senior scouts. So when you have holdovers that come from a previous regime, that come from a previous GM that are more traditional in scouting, and you look at the major league department, look, they were kind of 0 for 5 on the major league signings in free agency. Pete Fairbanks goes down with an injury last night.
Boy,
That's a different one.
stinks.
But Chris Paddock wasn't a good signing. Christopher Morel wasn't a good signing. John King just got DFA'd.
So it's more about
It's the major league side.
Yeah.
It's all the major league scouts. It has
Yeah.
nothing to do with the minor league scouting department.
Okay.
All of the guys that they've been able to acquire through there are the guys that are helping the team.
and what's the timing of it? That it's the middle of the season that they did this. This normally you would think a move that would happen kind of quietly in the offseason.
Yeah, I think everything that happens with the Marlins when it comes to laying people off always ends up being a bigger public spectacle because they are the Marlins. Bob Nightingale puts that out. I think if it was Cleveland or if it was Milwaukee or if it was some other team that was competing for a playoff spot, most people wouldn't have reacted the same way. But it's the Marlins. And so reputationally, when it comes to laying off people, whether it's the front office or anywhere else, everybody makes a big spectacle out of it. Is laying off an entire staff out of the norm? Yeah, it is. But they'll bring in a new staff that'll be more analytics driven.
Does
The
that
whole
mean when
they
you say-
found video is like, that's not really the way this works.
When you say analytics driven, is that like because the old school would be like, I see a guy.
Yeah, exactly.
He could go 0 for 4.
Right.
Feel it in my
But it was like
bones.
he hit the ball.
But I know
on
that guy's a baller.
He hit the ball in the nose all 4 at bats. So it's like those were good hits, as opposed to like I'm just looking at the numbers. If this guy was 2 for 12,
Well, you know
his last
how-
12 plate appearances, I don't need to see what happened there.
So see, ironically, it is the opposite result of what you're talking about, right? The analytics-driven guy would be able to actually know, oh, this guy struck the ball hard. His exit velocity is higher. Where another guy might watch the game and be like, oh, 3 for 4, a couple base hits the other way. That's great. The old school scout, in many ways, is sort of dying out in Major League Baseball in a way that I don't know if that's a good
Nice.
thing or not. I don't know. I don't know if that's a good thing or not for the game. Like, I think more
Basically,
and
it's a
more
bunch
guys.
of Jonah Hills coming in here.
Yeah, I mean that is the
everything
reality.
you're saying is reminding me of the scene in
it's
Moneyball. I love that scene.
We've been looking at these guys for 30 years, and that guy's got it.
When I point at you, that's when you talk.
Yeah, that's right. So
He gets on base.
Should I go now?
Shut up, Jeremy. Shut up, Jeremy. Please just wrap it up. You are not Billy.
Trista, the irony there is it's Jeremy who's voicing that song telling him to shut up. That's the irony.
That's what I was
Brilliant.
confused about. I'm like, look, stop playing that. But I'm like, wait a second. Is that my boy? Playing his own swan song. Salute.
Maladroit was a lot better than I remember.
So the Marlins lost 4-2 last night to the Red Sox. Bullpen blows it. Red Sox score 2 in the ninth. Score 1 in the 8th to tie, 2 in the ninth to win it. I was actually watching the game. Tummy time. Yes, it is true. I was watching it on my iPad on my stomach last night in bed. I don't know. I was tired early last night. Didn't even watch my stories. Mike, no spoilers. Didn't even watch my stories last night.
Pew pew.
Oh, I love that, guys. Solo dolo. So, the Marlins last night, they lose, but during the game, so they're playing the Red Sox. And as expected, when I put the game on and they showed the crowd, I'm like, this is a good crowd. For Marlins standards, this is a good crowd. And then it's, oh yeah, they're playing the Red Sox. Okay, of course it's going to be a good crowd. And there was one point in the game where the television broadcast is chastising Marlins fans, Kyle Sealaff and Tommy Hutton, and they're chastising Marlins fans. Like, they're angry at Marlins fans for not coming out to the game.
Roy says you called him Bob Hutton.
I started to say Bobby, and then I changed to Tommy. Yeah. And real pertinent information, worth interrupting.
Thank you.
And they're chastising the Marlin fan for not coming out and allowing the Red Sox fan to take over the ballpark. And it's like,
Marlins fans would definitely show up if there were only 3 Marlins games a year. I believe that wholeheartedly.
who are they against, though?
Doesn't matter. You give me 3 games a year. How about this? 3 games every couple of years where the Marlins are in town playing baseball, they'd pack that house.
It feels like such a tired complaint to me about the Marlins fan not coming out. Don't we, and especially guys like Tommy know the history. Don't they know why Marlins fan doesn't come out? I mean, come on.
Right, super tired. As a Sixers fan, for sure, like, whenever the Knicks fans come into
Here
the
we go.
Philadelphia arena, it's like, of course they can come in here and buy these tickets. Number one, they live in New York where the cost of living is $1 billion an hour. Number two, it's like 30-minute drive away. Come on, don't chastise us for not showing up in droves.
They also did take over San Antonio. They take over everywhere they go, Knicks fans.
That was especially a thing this postseason. It's not like you say that as if it's always like that. It's not always like that.
Well, it's always like that when the Knicks make a deep title run.
Remembering back to 1973, yeah, you might be right. I do wonder if that's going to be a thing again this year. And my guess is no, it will not be.
Oh, 100%. It'll
No,
be a thing
in the
this year.
postseason,
Oh, yes,
but not
sir.
the regular season.
You don't think Knicks fans spent all they were like, all right, I'm going to spend.
Oh, they've been saving up for
Some
50
people-
years. They've
yeah,
had
like-
money.
I know Hank Azaria was talking about how much money he spent to travel around. I know not everyone's got Hank Azaria money, but it's just like I feel like a lot of people are like they're looking at their wives. It's like, yeah, you're not doing it 2 years in a row. You spent $20,000 traveling with the Knicks last year. You don't get it 2 years in a row.
Dude, the Panthers not making the Stanley Cup playoffs this year. Balance the books.
I'll never forget. This is before Game 7 in 2024 Stanley Cup Final. One of the best nights of my life. And I asked Mike like the day before, are you going to the game? And I look, if someone gave me free tickets, I would have obviously had to consider it. But I never even considered going because I need to watch the game at home in a safe place where I can cry, not in front of people I don't know. And so I don't like going to that game. But I asked Mike, are you going? Because he'd been going to games. I think he went to some road games even that postseason. Mike's like, no, I'm not going. And then like an hour before that Game 7, Mike just sent me a picture of him walking into the arena. It says, I made a very impulsive buy, and you were at the game.
It was, and I'm glad I did. The way that I talked myself into it is I'm either going to see the crowning achievement of the generation's greatest hockey player ever coming back from 3-0, in which, it'll suck so much, but also at the hockey cocktail party that is held annually at the Brightside, I'd be like, guess what game I went to? And that's a story that carries you. Like, try to outdo that story. So that's what I did it for. I was like, all right, if McDavid wins, I get to say I was there, but if the Panthers win, that's the greatest night of my life.
Watch this. Wait, did you visit any Atlanta's great soccer games this year? Like,
I went to Egypt, Argentina.
oh,
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
I went to Egypt, England, Atlanta.
I mean, Mike went to Egypt, Argentina.
Oh, Argentina, England. Excuse me.
Mike went to Egypt, Argentina, which was a classic game. Mind you, Mike was mad that Argentina made the game.
Yeah, Cabo Verde, Egypt would have been great too.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah, the one that I missed was Cabo Verde, Argentina.
Cabo Verde is the second best team in the World Cup.
I think
Great
that's the game that is, now that we have some distance from the World Cup, that's the match of the World Cup.
I
And it
think you're
happened
right.
here in Miami. Man, it would have been so incredible if Cabo Verde won that. Remember the World Cup? Seems like ages ago.
World Cup was good.
Dan was here.
Yeah. Dan,
Vibes were good.
Dan did this show.
We were betting and like at 10 a.m.
How was the environment here in Miami?
Muggy.
Not like the atmosphere.
Really
I mean,
hot.
like the fan environment.
The fans were great. I will say
A lot of great fans.
great fans. Great fans.
Great fans.
But I would say, like, I went to like 5 different World Cup venues in terms of like getting in the building. Miami, because of its history with
This
Copa
feels like
America,
it's the worst.
It was the biggest pain in the
Yeah.
ass.
Yeah,
no
this could be the
doubt.
worst.
I mean, my point of entry was at a Walmart across the street.
What?
Yeah. That was like the first layer of security. And you couldn't get dropped off. Like I got dropped off in a neighborhood and walked like 3 blocks to get to a Walmart. It took me like legitimately 55 minutes to get in there.
Atlanta did it right.
Atlanta was
Atlanta
great.
was incredible. It was just like, oh, you're in the building.
Mm-hmm.
You just walk up and there you are and you're inside and everything's great.
Atlanta was terrific.
I love Atlanta for sports. I mean, it sucks that it doesn't have a hockey team, but in general, like I love going to sporting events in Atlanta.
Seems like they're going to get another chance at it. Third time's a charm, yeah.
Trista, being that you're making your debut this week, got to get
Really
some
not
thoughts.
a debut.
This week?
Oh, well, debut this week, but yeah,
Yeah.
debut, this week.
No, but I
Got
mean,
it,
like,
for the week.
Juju was here
Got it.
yesterday, so this is your debut
Debut
this
for
week.
the week. Yep, got
Yeah.
it.
And got to get some thoughts from you, though, on Klay Thompson. Of course, Juju and Trista have the alley-oop, and you guys, you love hoop. And we got to get some thoughts from you as far as Klay Thompson, who is being introduced to the Miami media this afternoon. Like, right away. It took like a month for us to get Giannis in the building to have the, media availability. Klay Thompson, he's ready to go. Buddy's getting to work. Give me some thoughts here on Klay Thompson and the Heat.
It's just, to me, it feels like a massive nothing burger.
Really?
I know for him, he's probably loving it because he's getting out of Dallas, and that place was a shit show, and they're going absolutely nowhere. And Miami should be great for him with the baddies. We know he loves boats, and probably no state tax is great coming from Texas. So it's a win-win for Klay. I don't know necessarily that it helps the Heat at all. I feel like, though, Klay and I need to sort of like work things out.
Why? What does that mean?
Because when he and Megan Thee Stallion broke up,
Oh, Megan Thee Stallion.
and I know everybody's a big fan of Megan Thee Stallion in here.
Yes.
I made a video taking Megan Thee Stallion's side in the breakup. Maybe I shouldn't have done it, but like he's corny. He's always been corny.
Really?
and-
He's corny?
Yes. You don't think he's corny?
Juju, is he corny?
Salute to my boy Klay, man. I love his haircut, bro. My boy be getting it done. I like my boy Klay.
Why is he corny?
He makes paper planes at the press conference. He's moody and emo, and like that's his whole brand, like System of a Down type guy.
Sounds awesome.
Definitely a Green Album guy. And Megan made him a little bit more aura. And they were doing their thing. She was making him food. He brought her to the Thanksgiving, and then he was like, yeah, I'm not really interested in anything like long term with you. Not really interested in
And
monogamy
then
with
she claimed that he was cheating, right?
Yeah, but then he was like, yeah, after the cheating, I'm also not interested in my monogamy, which I think you should say probably on the front end. So I slandered.
Monogamy's tough sometimes.
Monogamy
NBA
is
player?
always tough. When I feel like
Figure it out later.
just figure it out later. We'll talk about it later. Like,
Yeah.
let's just go with vibes. But after Thanksgiving, where she makes an entire plate for the whole family with the, full, like, banquet dishes and everything, I feel like maybe that's when the conversation should be had, not like 4 or 6 months down the road. So I slandered Rocco, not knowing that Rocco was dead.
Who's Rocco?
Rocco's the dog.
Clay's dog.
Clay's dog, Rocco, ended up being dead. Didn't know that.
When you say slander, like, what does that even mean?
I said he's got his dumbass boat and his dumbass hat and his dumbass dog.
Ugh. Oh, okay.
And then, like 3 months later, he found the video, as it happens, on Instagram, and then he called me a wench.
Wench is a funny term.
That's a great insult.
Wench's
Very
a funny
Pirates of
term.
the Caribbean.
Uh-huh.
Very boat. Very nautical. Very Clay on brand. And then he used 3 instead of the E with the wench, so he didn't get flagged by Instagram. I just want to say to Clay,
Smart.
I'm really sorry for the comments about Rocco. I take accountability. It was not right. I know we have special relationships with our dogs. If Ollie was to pass away and then someone called Ollie a dumbass dog, I'd probably be heated.
There it is.
So I don't think wench was fair. I think that really sort of like highlighted how corny and old school and probably System of a Down emo that he is.
Stay on course.
But I apologize. Thank you, Juju.
Those aren't the same thing. System of a Down and emo.
Yeah.
It's not?
No, it's very different.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, just
It's
because they do
Screamo.
chop suey occasionally and emo.
Screamo.
night.
Yeah.
No, that's Thursday.
Okay. What
Which is the
about
name of a band.
What about Radiohead? What about
That-
metal, death metal?
What, are you just saying things? What? Radiohead is...
Metallica,
She's just saying bands that she doesn't know what their classification is.
Green Day,
pop punk.
pop punk.
Yeah, Metallica, this one's very easy. They're metal.
They're
knew?
metal. He's emo. All of that to say he's emo.
All right, so you do apologize.
I do apologize, but I don't think he's going to be very good. His mobility defensively is not there.
I'm a little worried too. The injuries, and he hasn't looked good.
He also looks a little thick boy. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm not too worried about the conditioning, but I did, not in basketball shape. But that's what training camp used to be for. Now we expect these world-class athletes to be in shape all the time.
You think Pat Riley's doing the body fat test on Klay Thompson?
He'll get him in shape.
He'll do it. I think that the underrated part of Clay's game is my boy defends. Like that whole Heat roster
Defended.
defends.
Yeah.
And I think that Nate Ament, we're not showing enough gratitude to Nate Ament coming in and them figuring it out.
Well,
So-
Hoops explain this to me because I haven't watched a lot of Clay since Golden State.
Yeah,
I wasn't totally locked into his Dallas Mavericks experience. I know he's had some injuries. What kind of defender is he now?
I mean, he's played in Dallas. His 2 years in Dallas, he played 72 and 69 games. Like, he's played.
I know, and I didn't watch. I just what is this guy's deal?
In those times, he dealt with the leaving of Luka, which is big, and he had to plug and play then, as well as Anthony Davis being injured when he got there. So he's been put in a lot of positions that he may not be put in here in Miami. So I think that this is going to be one of those revitalization stages of Clay's
All right,
career.
so but he's definitely not going to be the same guy on ball defending.
No.
Is he still
No.
a capable
He's
team
a
defender?
good like zone defender.
All right, so he's a good team defender and
I
spoke
think he's
play
better
zone.
than that. I think my boy is a good on-ball defender still.
He's putting seatbelts on people.
I mean, I wouldn't say seat belts, but I know.
You think he's going to be any worse defensively than Duncan Robinson was for us?
Absolutely
no,
not.
No,
Never.
he's not. No,
Never.
he's not.
So then what are we talking
But he's also shooting like 40% from the field.
Right, that's bad.
That's bad.
But I would hope, and I'm sure it's the Heat's hope, that is instead of on a Dallas team that didn't even have Kyrie Irving last year, and he probably wasn't getting a ton of open looks, and it was probably difficult for him to get those looks, on a team now with Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's going to get a lot of open shots.
Okay.
Exactly.
So I think no matter what, given what was available to the Heat, and the trade market's not really a thing right now, they needed to take a chance on somebody, right? And hopefully it works out with Clay. There's plenty of reasons to be suspicious that it won't, right? But they needed to take a chance like this. if not him, who would have been the better option? Because they needed something else on the perimeter. They needed to add with this space. And I think of the available options, I would have been a DeRozan guy. But for whatever reason, DeMar DeRozan hates us. He just hates us. Hates the fit. Doesn't want to be here.
He signed for the minimum with Denver, didn't he?
He doesn't want to be here. So if that's the case, then I think Clay's the best of the available options.
As well as I think that Tim Hardaway Jr.'s ability to come off the bench and give you whatever Clay hasn't been giving you for that first 5 or 6 minutes, I think that's where the Heat are ultimately going to win.
Yeah, they have two guys there that are completely interchangeable for the majority of the game. And then you mix in a little bit of Pelle Larsson there also, a guy who can defend at that position. Trista, I love the Klay Thompson signing. I do. I've talked myself into it. I talked myself into it pretty quick. I think this is still a player who, if he has open threes, I think is going to make a lot of them.
I was looking at this depth chart, guys. It's rough. I don't even think he's going to start. I'm looking.
I think he will.
You think so?
I think it's probably part of what was promised to him.
Tim Hardaway Jr. currently starting shooting guard. Mm-hmm. And if Tim Hardaway is taking your minutes, Junior, I'm having a hard time thinking how this is going to go. It's even when you look at what they've got him as the shooting guard and small forward, you look at the second unit and it's like Bobby Portis, Klay Thompson, Drew Smith. Tough. Just very, very limited depth on
Tim
this
Hardaway's
team.
coming off of a year where he shot a career high from three.
Yeah, I think Tim Hardaway's good. Actually.
Oh, okay.
But I think if Klay Thompson is having to come off the bench, which I think he will.
He did in Dallas.
Never.
That just shows you how declining
I think he's going to
Klay
start
Thompson
here.
is.
I think he's going to start. I think it's part of what, the likely agreement was, which is championship contender, and we're guaranteeing you a starting spot.
Right, and a lot of those minutes in Dallas, bruh, I watched those games. Them boys was down 20, 30 points in the second quarter. And so Klay is just out there with the green light. And a lot of those shots, them empty calorie shots that y'all seen them stats. My boy Klay still got it. I hear those names you just read, and I think the exact opposite. I hear dog, Bobby Portis, dog. I see dogs up and down that Heat roster.
I think they're going to be a massive pain in the ass defensively.
Exactly. And I feel like
Massive.
if you got defenders, that's what the NBA is about right now. They might be the first or second seed this season.
I think they're going to be good.
Yeah.
You think they'll be the first or second seed?
They definitely have that potential, in my opinion.
I think this is a play-in team.
Really?
Whoa, really?
Look, the Pistons showed last season that if you're a pain in the ass to play every night, you bring it defensive.
The try-hard effect.
win a lot of games.
That in the way that the NBA regular season is structured, you're going to make the playoffs. You're going to win a lot of games. And I think this team right now is more talented than last year's Detroit Pistons team because no one's even factoring them into the equation.
Jalen Duren's not even on the team right now.
The problem for Miami is the problem that it's been for Milwaukee, which is like how many years? When was the last year we got a full season healthy of Giannis?
Mm-hmm. No. They absolutely have questions. I think the problem for Miami is the same problem that they've had for the last few years is they have a roster that you have questions about while the East also upgrades. The East gets stronger
1,000%.
and stronger every year. Now, while the Heat finally took part in the East improving this year, so did the Sixers. I mean, the Celtics probably got a little worse. We'll see about the Knicks with the Mitchell Robinson thing, like the trading of assets between teams. We'll see. But I do think the East is a lot more competitive, and finally, they took part in it. Now, Atlanta might be an issue, a team that a lot of people are overlooking because if we take what we saw post-Trae Young trade, they're greatly improved. They probably gave the Knicks the biggest problem.
And as well, but right before you go, I think that a lot of Giannis's absences over the last couple of years haven't been totally above board. He thought he was going to get traded the first time, so he sat out. He was hurt.
I mean, he also wanted to play at the end of last season.
Exactly. They held him out.
Allegedly.
So how hurt has he really been?
Yeah, I think Juju's right on the money. You have to really hyperanalyze what actually was going on there with the injuries.
You
because
think
it
the
was super-
hyperextended knee was fake?
Well, that's another thing. When the guy's hurt, he puts up one of the greatest NBA performances of all time. So there's plenty of questions about this roster. That's why they're interesting. The Miami Heat have been just treading water for even with the Jimmy Butler stuff. Their roster was kind of set, and you kind of knew what the high end was. But now we finally have a team that's really interesting to watch night to night.
This is why I'm planning road trips to go see the Heat.
No, you're not.
I am.
Where?
I'm already going to see them twice on the road. Yeah.
Is Pearl Jam playing at the same time?
Good question. No, but I am going to see them twice on the road. I'm going to see him at the Magic. My son and I, we like going to see the Heat play at the Magic. We've been doing that several years in a row now. So we make the drive up. We go see the Heat play at the Magic. I love that. Last year, Tyler Hero hit a shot at the buzzer. I was yelling at all the Magic fans. That was fun. And we're also going, I'm taking the family. I don't know if you heard, but I am taking the family. We're going to New Orleans on New Year's to go see the Heat take that ass against the Pelicans.
Pause. New Orleans, incredible city, and I bet
Cool time to go during New Year's,
would
right?
be amazing.
I knew it.
Take the kids to Frenchman Street.
Knew it.
Listen to some horn music.
Love horn music.
Horn music.
I didn't remember what
Big
a brass
horn
band.
music
Brass
guy.
band.
Not
Brass
super,
band.
you're not super eclectic, are you?
I'm a hip hop R&B fan.
You see, I knew New Orleans on New Year's was a good idea. Why is Amin telling me that's a stupid idea?
I just tweeted at you 21st Century Weezer Jams.
You tweeted it to me.
Yeah, so because everybody else can take part. It can be a fun little game. No, you should have included Dope Nose. You know about that Dope Nose?
I do.
How did you have time to do that?
I wasn't listening to anything you said.
That makes sense. Except for horn music.
Juju, why is VJ Edgecombe dunking on children?
Because he is awesome and he is a hero. This is how I think you should treat kids. Your baby kids all their life, and then guess what they get whenever they get about 12, 13 years
back
old?
talk.
The real world. You dig? Play that beautiful brown footage video, team.
All right, so here's VJ. He's crossing a kid up. He's going left, and then with two hands, he dunks on him, and the kid winds up falling backwards onto his back.
A real dunk on, too.
The kid tried to, the kid went up with two hands.
Yeah, that's a foul.
That's an and one.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
I am so happy to be a Sixers fan. Of course, bro, VJ Edgecombe.
You deserve this.
Thank you, brother.
I'm so happy for you.
Appreciate it, man.
Now, the kid probably didn't like it, but the kid's father definitely think it's awesome, right?
He talked about it at the water cooler for sure.
Yeah, it's like, look at this. This is incredible here. Sometimes you got to dunk on a kid's head. Everybody knows that.
Greg, you just said moments ago something that I've heard you say most of the time that I've known you. I'm just a small, private individual.
Right.
Yeah, is that on your catchphrase list? Because I have not heard it yet in your 50, and I think it's an omission because I'm guessing it's probably not in your top 15 either. And I've heard you use that for a long, long time. Is it another one that you have forgotten? Just admit yes or no. Just give me some honesty. Is this or is this not on your list? Yes or no?
I don't think so.
Did you forget it? Yes or no?
It has been mentioned. I think it just didn't make the cut.
That's the second one today that we've discovered that he's overlooked.
That's
Chris,
true.
he's lying to me right
That's
now.
a skeptical Dan Le Batard
I mean,
post.
that's a
I
lie.
can see it.
Chris, that's a lie. Yeah, the Little League theory is better than that. No, there are 50 on that list, not as good as I'm just a small private individual. You forgot it. I need you to admit it.
I did not forget it. It was considered. It was brought before the board.
It was,
and it did not
Chris,
quite
is he
make
telling the
I
truth?
don't remember seeing that one. There are a lot that have made that we've thought of and that are on the cutting room floor, but I don't remember that one, to Dan's point.
Are you ready to update the list of catchphrases? Because
Yes.
it doesn't. You are ready?
Yeah, and by the way, I will defend at all cost the Little League theory. Okay, don't besmirch the Little League theory.
All right, I'm going to write down right now, when you give this list, I'm going to write down all the ones that I believe to be worse than I'm just a small private individual.
You can't write that fast.
Let's go. Let's test me. Let's go ahead and test me.
All right.
Tessie today, Dan.
He really is, but very combative.
Literally,
Nothing's good enough for you
let's
today.
test it.
All right.
Well, he's just lying. He's just lying.
I'm not
He's
a
lying.
liar.
And sardines don't belong in the conversation that we were having about ground beef being
Wait,
traded
it's versatile.
for
You don't
ham.
get Caesar salad without it.
No, I've eaten sardines my whole life. I love the little key they have to roll back the metal can. I used to buy sardines just because of the can.
I'm on, like, strangely, that algorithm where I see old sardine cans being opened.
Yeah, isn't it great?
It is.
It is great.
It is great.
It can't
Cody.
be great.
There's something soothing about it, right?
Yeah, the one
Yeah,
thing I
but-
don't like about that though is the sound. That
I like the whole
sound of
experience.
metal breaking from metal.
Honestly, the sound boosts your argument here because sardines are an entire experience,
Yeah,
where
it
filet
is.
mignon may not be.
Yeah, no, that's very true. What's the word for getting off on the sound of food? ASWM or something? Or
Oh,
no,
ASMR.
Getting off on the sound of food,
no, ASWM or what's it called? Awesome?
ASMR.
ASMR.
listening to people eat,
Yeah, right. I'm into
getting off on it.
that.
Yeah, no, it's a whole thing.
We used to say that.
I got
That was
many
a
people
phrase.
come up to me and say, like, that thing that you did with Sam Van Gundy, I jerked off to it.
I'm a sucker for listening to people eat, but I've never gotten off to it.
Okay.
I mean, all right, so much to cover here.
Okay.
So it's not getting off to the sound of food. I don't even know what the sound of
Oh,
food
no, there
is.
are people that do.
They do.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a thing.
That's what I was going
It's
for.
the lip smacking.
No,
though.
there's a whole, like, seedy underbelly of ASMR, which is just, people cranking it.
It's strange noises. It's not the sound of food. I still don't know what the sound of food is. What's the sound of food?
It's the sexual fetish no one talks about.
What is the sound of food? Describe to me the sound of food. Is that what you're describing? The sound of chewing? The sound of...
Oh, there's crunch.
And also it's, that's good.
My dick just jumped.
I saw it.
In Dan's defense, I've never heard a banana make a noise on its own, though.
The sound of food.
When you peel it, there's a sound. There's a
little bit.
It's
Very
like
appealing.
a little.
So what?
Yeah, there's like a perforation.
I've never
If
heard
you
that.
have a
from
really
the banana.
high-end microphone, you can hear it.
All right, I'm gonna go get a banana.
Put it on the poll at Le Batard Show. Is there something soothing about opening a can of sardines?
Big Dog was perfect.
It's good.
Do you like breathing hot neck on the neck of hot?
Wow.
Are you turned on?
Do you like
Dangling.
breathing hot neck?
What's going on here?
Do you like
Sexy.
breathing hot neck?
You have been dry humped many, many times.
Intimate.
You have been dry humped many, many times.
Little pelvic thrust situation.
I like that.
Have you ever consoled a naked man before?
What does it feel like to get dry humped?
I saw pee-pee.
I've never consoled a naked man.
Breathing hot neck.
I've never consoled a naked man.
Many, many times.
I saw pee-pee.
People out there, stop sending me pictures of the hotel rooms.
This episode of the Dan Le Batard Show is presented by DraftKings.
Incredible.
I don't know if I like it.
DraftKings, the crown is yours.
So let's start with some college football here. And the first thing I want to point out, though, Lane Kiffin met with the media yesterday. All right. And I brought this up. I brought this up on yesterday's show because, you have, what's his name? Daquan Wright. Daquan Wright played for the Cleveland Browns this preseason, played in an actual preseason game. And he asked to be waived by the Browns so that he could enter the transfer portal. All right. He's in the transfer portal. And once he clears waivers, which he will, he's going to play for LSU. That's right. A player who played in an NFL preseason game is going to play for LSU maybe as soon as next weekend. I'll be there for that, against Clemson in Death Valley. And Todd Monken, the coach of the Cleveland Browns, mentioned over the weekend that he had a voice message. He had a missed call from Lane Kiffin. I've never got around to calling him. I guess I should have. So I said yesterday, I said this to Tony. I said, I think he was just effing around. I don't think, you think Lane Kiffin actually called him? I think it was just like an anecdote. Lane Kiffin, he's always up to wacky things. He called me. And Tony's like, no, why would he make that up? Well, here's Lane Kiffin yesterday telling you he doesn't know who the hell Todd Monken is.
There's some inaccuracies in that story, but I don't know. Maybe someone else called them that said they were me, So I actually don't know Todd. So I guess somebody left him a text or call that was me, because I don't know him or have his number.
He may as well have just got it to the mic, so I don't know that fool.
What a tan.
He looks great, right? He looks really good.
You called it out.
Maybe too much.
Yeah. I think he looks good.
Well, sunscreen maybe.
Sunblock.
But Todd Monken just out there telling whoppers, claiming that Lane Kiffin is calling coaches.
They don't know each
players.
other. They both have been coaching for a very long time.
Says he doesn't know him.
Horrible week for Todd Monken, in my opinion. My opinion of Todd Monken
Why? What
went
else
from
happened?
here to the damn basement,
You went
whatever
from
you call it.
never thinking about Todd
Now I
to
hate
now
his
having
guts.
to form opinions,
Right.
and they're not favorable.
Not at all.
You are 99.9% of people.
So this is kind of a thing, right? Where you have these players. There was a court. There was an injunction, right? And in Louisiana, where they've said that these players, some of them are eligible for a fifth year when previously they didn't think that they were eligible for a fifth year. And one of these players is Daquan Wright, who's like, all right, I'm going to get out of Cleveland. I'm going to go back to LSU. I'm going to play there and maybe make a little bit of money at the same time. I'm going to go back to school for another year. And think about how far the pendulum has swung from one side to the other, where you used to not be able to transfer schools. In order to transfer, your coach had to sign off on it. He had to let you transfer. And then when you did transfer, you had to sit out a year. Oh, that was the rules forever. And now, you could appear in an NFL game and then play college football a couple weeks later. That's unbelievable. And so the SEC released a statement yesterday, and I will read it to you. The SEC released a statement after a Monday evening video conference of the presidents and chancellors of the Southeastern Conference. The conference is issuing the following statement, quote, college athletes, not former professional athletes, have been at the heart of the Southeastern Conference. Individuals who choose to leave college athletics, sign professional player contracts, and compete professionally should not then be permitted to return to college competition. Allowing that to occur will blur the line between college and professional sports, create significant competitive equity concerns, and reduce opportunities for high school and current college athletes. College sports are for college athletes. The current confusion around national eligibility standards emphasizes the need to advance the Protect College Sports Act. So, Mike Ryan, the SEC releases that statement yesterday, and your thoughts are what?
So it's just an opinion. They didn't come out and make an edict. The Big Ten just put out a statement where they made a ruling, where they said anybody that declared for the NFL, signed a contract, appeared in a game, they are not eligible to return to college.
Yeah, Pete Thamel just put out this tweet here that says the Big Ten is set to pass a rule today that doesn't allow players to return from the NFL and play for a Big Ten school. Anyone who was declared for the NFL draft and did not withdraw, appeared on an NFL roster, or signed a contract with the Pro League cannot be on a Big Ten roster.
So let's read into that from the Big Ten. They only single out the NFL. We don't know what this means for...
Well, no, it said here, or a Pro League.
Okay, but they're really... I guess because football season's right around the corner, they're really hammering football. But I still think that there's some room to work with for basketball. The SEC said, college is for college athletes. But they didn't make a ruling the way that the Big Ten did.
Well, and mind you, the SEC makes that statement, yet the school we're talking about here is an SEC-membered university.
Right. And I know we're talking about what's happening with the football team. Go ahead and look at what Will Wade's trying to do with the basketball team. that statement probably has more ramifications for LSU basketball. But they didn't make a ruling the way that the Big Ten did. They just came out with a statement, and they just took the opportunity where behind closed doors, Lane Kiffin signing half the Browns practice squad, but front-facing, hey, let's use this to push the Save College Sports Act, which benefits the SEC and the Big Ten primarily.
Can I ask you something? It's pretty, would you say that it's rare that a player who, unless we're talking quarterback probably, but a player who is going to use their 5th year of eligibility, that's not a big-time player, right? Because if it were a big-time player, he's probably joining the NFL after year 3 or year 4.
So one of the things that I asked about, what does this mean for the Indiana Hoosiers, the reigning national champion? They have 2 guys.
Is Mendoza going to go back?
Not Mendoza, but they had a D lineman. Remember the guy that got hurt celebrating the Big Ten title? He was part of the group of 22 eligible players, which let's parse this a little bit. Those guys got left in a bad spot. They were treated unfairly. They're the lone class that didn't get an extra year because of COVID, and then the NCAA came out and said 5 years, whatever. So we all knew that this was going to happen with this class. They had 2 guys return to their roster, but what sets them apart and what helps make the Big Ten statement more convenient was they never went to the next level. They were waiting to see what was going to happen with this, and they're still pending. They're practicing with the team, but they haven't been ruled eligible yet, but they're not ruled out by this Big Ten statement. So that's interesting. There isn't an example right now, like LSU, of them inviting any of these guys onto their roster. So it's easy, especially with the season days away, to make this ruling right now. Honestly, some of the players should have come out and challenged this a little bit more sooner, because given the record that the NCAA has, even though they technically did finally get a win on this. However, you can still challenge individually. You can sue individually and get a temporary restraining order and find your way back. All of this is confusing. All of this is a mess. And it leads me to believe, as little credit as I want to give the NCAA, the optics of this being a mess only helps their bottom line, which is we need the Save College Sports Act. We need that because look how messy this is. So they're purposely making it a shit show because it helps them.
So the reason why I'm asking this, though, so there's a bigger question that I have, or point that I guess I'm trying to drive home. When I ask, is it very common that a player who is going to remain in school and play a 5th year, aside from quarterback, because you probably see, I mean, Carson Beck was a 5th year, right?
I would push back. Had this rule been in place, Markel Bell would be back at Miami. He would 100% be back at Miami. So there are plenty of good players that would have found their way back at school trying to improve their draft stock.
Okay, so players who have NFL potential.
Yeah, you heard Lane Johnson speak on what he thinks of Markel Bell. He is making an impact at the next level, but he would have absolutely preferred to come back to Miami.
Because the point that I'm, I guess, trying to make here is, I know it's these coaches' jobs to win, obviously. But can't we just have a little bit of integrity as well? And what I mean by that is it that it's that much of a difference maker for Lane Kiffin to bring in, I know he had him at Ole Miss, for Lane Kiffin to bring in this Daquan Wright? It's that much of a difference maker that a coach at a public university is willing to say, I don't care, I'm going to bring in a player who is a professional athlete on my team, and one of the kids who has been working his ass off and is getting ready to play next weekend against Clemson, I'm going to tell him goodbye.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
Why can't we just have some integrity?
All right, so I hear you, but Lane doesn't give a shit. Not a single solitary shit about ramifications. He's just looking to win more games. But I hear you. You have to worry about what you're templating here for the greater good.
Can't we just be about something?
But I also think that the bit of context about what's happening with LSU's basketball team helps. It would be really weird for Lane Kiffin, of all people, to take a stand while LSU basketball is trying to sign all former professional players. So, you have to have some synergy within your athletic department and cohesion. Dude, again, this was all very predictable, and I'm not falling for it. I think that this is what they want. And to count on the players to to not make the jump.
No,
like
I don't think anyone is.
Like I wouldn't blame
saying
them,
that.
and I wouldn't blame Lane Kiffin. Although Lane Kiffin, and this guy is not the only pro that he's in after. The streets are talking. Makes me think maybe he doesn't feel so great about his roster.
Is LSU the most egregious overall in terms of how committed they are to playing outside the lines to win? Because this is all happening at the same time that Kim Mulkey brought a Russian national player to play for LSU, and Kate Koval, one of her players, is from the Ukraine, and she was like, yeah, maybe they'll solve the Ukraine-Russian war. And now Kate Koval last night said, yeah, I'm leaving the team for personal reasons. I'm up out of here.
It's like when Infantino proposed, hey, Israel and Palestine, they can play each other at Disneyland.
And Lane Kiffin and Will Wade and Kim Mulkey, it's like a triumvirate of
Right?
douchebags.
If I were an LSU Tiger fan, I'd be thrilled.
They called it the lion, the bitch, and the wardrobe.
Go Tigers.
I like her.
So this is an ongoing story right now. I do think the noise on this quiets down significantly next weekend.
Think so?
Yes.
I think the Pyburn one is really going to test people because this guy is nothing. He didn't do anything. We don't even remember him from college. There was another dude that went to LSU, actually. Number 51 that fell down on the ground while Carson Beck did it with his legs. He's back at LSU. Another former.
I love when Carson Beck did with his legs.
With his legs! Love that. And I love number 51 that decided, now I'll take a rest. That guy's my dog.
Just so you know about Carson Beck doing it with his legs?
Oh, I know.
I love when he does it with his legs. So good.
Yeah, Pyburn, I think, is going to be the one that everyone's looking at, and a lot of big-time programs are interested. The understanding that I have is that Pyburn is waiting to see whether or not he actually makes the 53-man roster.
So Deshaun Watson yesterday was named the starting quarterback for the Browns. We learned that in the middle of the show yesterday. Then Deshaun Watson got in front of a microphone yesterday to talk to the media for the first time since being named the starting quarterback. And I guess predictably, right? Well, here's what happened. I'll let you behind the scenes. This is what goes down. The PR guy pulls Deshaun Watson aside. He's like, listen, you're just named starting quarterback. You can't keep beefing with fans, all right? You need to get out there, and you need to change your tune a little bit. All right,
I don't even think it had anything to do with him being named starter. It was just what you said yesterday went over terribly. Yeah. Fix it. Like, I think he would have been giving this apology today. I mean, yesterday, like, regardless of start, I think the starting thing was just.
Oh, you think even if Shedeur was named starter, he would have done this mea culpa?
I just think.
I'm not sure about that.
That's all anyone was talking about a couple days ago is how poor of a look that was.
Yeah.
I think there would have been some statement regardless of the starting job.
Well, so give this a listen. This was Deshaun Watson, his entire opening statement yesterday.
Saturday after the game, I think just, human nature, just myself being very emotional, putting a lot of time these last 2 years to, get back and, spend time in this facility, in the city, meeting a lot of different people in the community. I thought I was going to get, a little different response, but, I think, my emotions got the best of me, and, my comments wasn't intending to go at any of the fans around in the city, because there's been a lot of great fans that have been supporting me. And I know the frustration this organization have put, a lot of investment in coming, to get me back in 22. And things haven't been going the right direction that we thought it was. A lot of injuries, a lot of time off, and not putting the best football and my foot forward. So, again, just, I understand the frustration. I understand everything that kind of goes into that. And moving forward, I just want to focus on football, making sure that, I'm putting the best product out there, having the best ability, because I thrive off the energy. I thrive off the energy of the fans. I thrive off the energy of the community. I thrive off all that stuff. I think looking back in my history at Clemson and, previous at the Houston organization, I was a big community guy, big city guy, big fan guy, during the game. So, again, my emotions got the best of me. I'm human. I take full responsibility of that. And, just moving forward, I want to make sure that I put the best product for the team, for the organization, and for this city so we can put a lot of wins and make sure that I celebrate and put Cleveland on the map.
Thought he would get a different response.
It was a pretty good apology.
Yeah?
Yeah, for all that stuff that he said on Saturday. I thought it was a pretty good apology.
I mean, I don't believe a word that comes out of his mouth.
I think he's a garbage human, and I don't like him. And I also don't believe a word that he says, but that was a pretty good apology.
I think even putting it into context, if like someone took him aside and were like, listen, just to like recap what's happened, like we traded for you knowing you were going to be suspended and we paid you $230 million of fully guaranteed money that you were still getting. We could have waived you many times and spread that across. But we've continued to stick with you despite the fact that you've either been not on the field or just buns. So maybe you should shut the fuck up. He's like, yo, fair.
Yeah, you should have done that in Jimmy Haslam's accent because that would have been great. Because, yeah, one of the things, and also, like, fuck Jimmy Haslam's feelings on the matter. But we were all like, well, the fans are pissed. And, yes, they are properly pissed. There were reports that people were driving by training camp yelling from their cars. By the way, weird that this energy is there now. It should have been there several years ago. And I'm not saying it was absent
I
there
think it
years ago.
was.
There was plenty of that energy. But not that I want to be a hipster about Cleveland Browns fandom, but it's awfully convenient to be now like, yo, screw this guy. Now we're taking the principal stand after he sucks, but that's neither here nor there.
Can you remind me, has there been a time in his previous seasons in Cleveland where he's been healthy and was not the starter?
No, I don't think so. Flacco got the opportunity because he was hurt. And like Watson stopped showing up on the sideline too.
So whenever he has been available, he has been the starting quarterback.
Yes, I believe so. But Lawson, like the fan reaction was like, he just makes a really good point. Like the Browns organization probably sees that press conference. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Are you kidding me? No one took a bigger risk here in the NFL than us.
So then why do they still name him the starting quarterback?
Because of what they're paying him.
Like, why is it always,
what they're paying him.
Why is it always screw us? Why can't it be screw you? Right?
But like, it's super disrespectful to the Browns organization for him to do that to their customer base after everything the Browns organization has risked. They have lost fans. Internally, happen to know. Plenty of employees were like, I'm also done. Like, that went over like a lead balloon inside that building. It was, I bet you in retrospect, he wouldn't, obviously because of the performance, if you apply that. But even before he took a snap, Jimmy Haslam probably had some buyer's remorse because that was like a bomb that went off.
Well, hasn't the owner come out, over the last year and said this was a mistake, it hasn't worked out, all of that? I feel like Jimmy Haslam has said that. And the reason that I'm bringing that up is because I've seen a lot of this commentary online. Why are we so sure that this was not a Todd Monken decision, that this was a decision that came from above? Because, hey, they gave him the contract, and as long as they're paying the money, they're going to play him. Like, why are we so sure about that if the owner has admitted this was a disaster?
I think for the same reasons that we may or may not believe Deshaun Watson's genuineness, I think that Jimmy Haslam, I don't believe what that brother said 2 years ago. Somebody got in his ear too. Hey, bro, clean it up.
From everything that I was reading and from people that were plugged into that organization, Deshaun was the better quarterback. He wasn't a good quarterback.
He had to have been.
But Shador didn't do what he needed to do to give Todd Monken any kind of leeway in not going in that direction.
Mike.
And then when you apply the contract and all that stuff.
It's too many, for me, it's too many strikes against Shador at this point. Like, he came into the league, every team in the league, several times, including the Browns, passed up on him in the draft. Last year, you had a coach who had been a multiple Coach of the Year winner who did not want to give Shador Sanders the spot. And now this year, you have another coach who does not want to give Shador Sanders the spot.
Stefanski did not even want to give Shador QB2.
And the reality of it is, when we're talking about playing at a high level, the only coach who's given Shador Sanders the spot is his father. So at some point, maybe he's not that good. Maybe he's not that good. Because the easy decision, again, I would have given the job to Shador because F Deshaun Watson, all right? But Like, that would have been the easy thing to do.
Yeah, and
they
there's also
didn't.
there's also a notion that, all right, F it. Maybe he's a gamer, and you just throw him out there. There have been examples of that.
Shedeur?
Yeah, but Shedor's not one of those examples. Like he has not performed well. Now, Cleveland last year, bad football team. Not a good football team. Not a great opportunity for the young man either. But he's got to do a little more too. Like he didn't make this difficult on Monken one bit.
I do think you're right yesterday where you say how you can go from Watson to Sanders. You can't go from Sanders to Watson. You know, if you start Watson, you're giving yourself 2 outs. Maybe Watson's good.
Can we
great.
talk that one out?
Yeah.
I think they could. This Shedeur stinks. I don't think anyone's like, can you believe they're putting in Deshaun Watson?
No,
if anything, that's a better spot for Deshaun Watson.
But no one's going to be calling for him. You know, like
I'm not calling for any Cleveland Browns, in my opinion.
They're calling for Shedeur. The fan wants Shedeur.
The fans, because of everything that Shedeur represents. Even though he was drafted below Dylan Gabriel, he's far more exciting of a prospect because in college he was more electric, although Dylan Gabriel was damn good.
Can we just stop for a second and acknowledge that the Browns selected a quarterback last year in the draft in the 3rd round, which is not nothing, all right? They selected a quarterback in the 3rd round in Dylan Gabriel, and we're sitting here watching a lousy quarterback competition that apparently the 3rd round pick is not even an afterthought. How is that even possible?
For the same reason you say, how's Shedeur? You say he must not be that good. Well, that's the same thing I'm saying about the 3rd round pick. Dylan Gabriel must not be that good because coach after coach passing up on his ass too. And I think that when you grow up in this type of spotlight like Shedeur, it's pressure every single step you take of the day. If he had 1 second to even be regular, I think we can judge him a little bit more harshly. I don't think he's lived any type of regular NFL experience nor college experience. So I think that it's your opinion. You have the right to it. I think that we can be a little bit more patient with Shedeur because the Browns organization is a shit show. Of course, you can't grow a flower in a shit show, I don't think.
I don't think so.
Fertilizer.
Okay.
No, I think it'd be tough.
What in it? No, I think
because they keep moving the shit around.
I'm like, in the shit show, where's the
Extra
flower?
shit, yeah.
There's no flowers here because it's a shit show.
Also, part of the reasoning reported that was leaked out from someone in the organization is that the Browns start on the road.
I think 3 out of 5 are on the road to start.
And so you wanted to lean on Deshaun Watson's experience on the road.
Yeah, but 17 road games, he said it.
Deshaun Watson's got to get a way nastier reception on the road than Shedeur is. But I guess he wanted Deshaun Watson's experience. Has Shedeur played more football over the last few years than Deshaun Watson?
I think the important thing for us to figure out, after hearing Deshaun Watson walk back what he said about the fans on Saturday, does that count as regret? Because he said on Saturday he has no regrets in his life. He doesn't regret anything.
This is the first regret.
Is this the first time he's ever regretted something in his life? Did that sound like regret? He obviously walked back. He apologized. Is that regret? Or does he not regret it because this allows me to be a better man? I apologize. Apologize is a big thing to do.
Every mistake leads you to the next learnings.
Right. So maybe this is not regret then.
Not regret.
It might not be.
It might not be. But to add on to my point about Shedeur, be patient with my boy. I heard every ESPN analyst, every Fox analyst say that Sam Darnold won shit for about 5-6 years. My boy just won the Super Bowl MVP, man. Well, he didn't win the Super Bowl MVP, but he just won a Super Bowl. Ginger cuz, man. So you can redeem yourself.
And Geno Smith as well. Geno Smith was in the dumps. Everyone thought he was trash, and then he had his moment.
Mike, were you sad when Nick Chubb retired over the weekend?
I was. Nick Chubb's one of my favorite football players ever.
Over 7,300 yards for his career. I think 50-some-odd touchdowns for his career. 8-year career, all of them except last year.
I get choked up thinking about him,
Cleveland.
too, as he was a brilliant player in college and in the pros. In the pros, very rare when you see that combination of power and speed. The breakaway speed, he was special, man. And because of the injuries, he doesn't have an opportunity to – I don't even think he's Ring of Honor material, although he was beloved by Cleveland.
That
Beloved.
4-year stretch, he was really.
I hope he gets in the Ring of Honor in Cleveland.
I
now
could
that think
see him
about
getting
it.
into that.
He's wildly popular. A guy that just didn't talk and it became his character, just a gargoyle looking over Gotham City. But this dude was unbelievable resilience that he displayed, a lot like Frank Gore in that so many questions and undeniable talent, but the guy just went through too much in college. There's no way this guy is a good pro. And then he puts up all pro seasons, like a prototype for a zone.
Where did he go to
running
school?
scheme.
Georgia?
Georgia. Which also got me thinking, that backfield at Georgia when he was there, he was backing up Gurley and Sony Michel was there. It's one of the best backfields in college football history.
All of whom are out of the league at a really young age.
Yes.
Gurley, Michel.
Yeah.
And
Kirby ran him into the ground.
Yeah,
boy.
well, top end, no one had seasons quite like Gurley in terms of the all-purpose stuff, right? So high-end ceiling, Gurley probably had the best individual season, but the best of that group in the pros was Nick Chubb. Yeah, for sure. And not enough was made for a guy that had to
but
overcome.
at their height, Gurley was the best.
Yes, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Like the ceiling, the one best season, it's Gurley. But the guy that had the best NFL career, I think, is Nick Chubb. Not enough made that his career, which overcame so many injuries, it essentially ended at Pittsburgh with a really dirty tackle.
It was with the second game, Monday Night Football, right?
Really dirty tackle that it should have been all over the headlines.
Was it both
wasn't.
knees at the same time?
Dude, like, watch it back. Like, it is what they have outlawed.
Yeah.
The hip tackle, drag him down.
Who was the player?
Minka, was it?
Was it Minka Fitzpatrick?
It may have been.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
it
been
was-
catching a lot of heat online.
It may have been.
Yeah, and he ended his career, and yeah, Nick gave it a go as a Texan. Very clearly not the same kind of player, but it was posited to me by a Georgia Bulldog fan. That's the best college backfield of all time.
But it's not.
And you know exactly where I went.
Yeah, but it's not.
We had Willis McGahee playing fullback, dude. We had Portis,
McGahee and Gore and
McGahee.
Portis. Yeah, come on. What are we talking about here?
That was very clearly.
Trista, come on.
When Nick Chubb went down and that ended his career, that's simultaneously when my dynasty football team just ended.
Dynasty football team.
I haven't had a running back really of any note since. It's been brutal. It's been absolutely brutal for me.
Chris is in the middle of one of those fantasy football drafts right now where you email your pick to the league. You don't do it in person.
I mean, you sound old saying email, but
what is it?
it's
an
just
app, right?
it's an app, and you make it on the app, but it's a slow draft.
And you have like 24 hours to respond with your pick, right?
8 hours.
8
But yeah,
hours.
and then draft is paused between midnight and 8 a.m.
What do you think about Derrick Henry, Kenyon Drake, and Damian Harris?
It's good. It's not Miami.
It's not. No one is. We've established that no one is.
So where are you on your draft right
I am
now?
on the clock currently. Thinking of taking.
In what round?
It's the second round. It's 18 teams. One of these guillotine leagues that you get chopped.
So when did this draft start?
Yesterday, around this time.
Oh, so it's moving.
Yeah. We're almost done with the second round.
I'll tell you, we'll be doing a draft in person if someone takes the full 90 seconds. Come on, let's go.
Well, that's how this draft is. It's a thing where it's designed for you to be able to take your time, and yet everyone in the group chat is like, "Come on, we're waiting on you. You're on the clock." So it's.
What's the longest someone's taken so far?
I've been on the clock most of the morning.
But if it's 8 a.m.,
The
you've been on
artist
clock.
formerly known as Fuentes, he took a
Yeah,
long
Fuentes
time.
yesterday took a long time.
You're in this league too, Mike?
Yeah, I'm in this one.
Oh, where'd my invitation go?
It's somebody not with the show that started the league.
Okay, I don't like people I don't know anyways. It's fine.
But I'm on the clock. I'm debating between Genty because he had the ankle injury. Like Genty would have already been gone where I'm selecting right here. So it's like, how long is he going to be out? It's a guillotine league, so low score in the league eliminated, so you can't have any injuries.
Oh, so it's 18 teams.
18 teams, low score, not head to head, low score every week, chopped from the league.
Interesting.
Don't risk it, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck that biscuit.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. If that's what it is, if it's a guillotine, like you got to go for sure things.
Yeah.
Boy, wide receivers, they're flying this year.
Yeah. I'm still out on how I feel about these slow drafts. I kind of like just one night, get us all in a room together. Let's criticize each other.
It's so hard though at our age for everybody to get together.
It is true. It's much easier to do it this way.
It's very hard.
I also use the full. I don't care if it's 2 minutes, 30 seconds, 1 minute and a half. If I've made my decision, I'm still taking my 2 minutes
Gotta
because
think about
something
it.
else might pop
You want
up in
your
my mind.
logo to stay on the screen as long as possible.
Absolutely. I want the other owners to hate me.
LeGarrette Blount, LaMichael James, and Kenyon Barner.
It's pretty good.
But what about if you're at the turn, Juju? You either have the first pick of the round or the last pick, so you get the back-to-back picks. Do you then make your first selection and then you use up all the time again on the next one?
Reggie Bush,
Absolutely.
Wendell White,
That's a good one, too.
Amon Green, Lawrence Phillips.
Oh yeah, but I'm the first 30 of the first pick, whole minute and a half. Second pick,
Ooh,
whole minute and a half.
I got a really good one. Darren McFadden, Felix Jones, and Peyton Hillis.
Zaz wants no part of it.
No, because it's...
You know about that wild hog?
I don't want to be a part of this because I don't
That's
know
his
everybody
dreams.
in the draft. I don't want to be around people I don't know.
You like that wild hog?
He's dreaming about the wild hog.
I don't
in
care
that
about
chair.
wild hogs,
Take that
dog.
wild hog direct up the middle.
I don't care about wild hogs, dog.
Salute to Martin Lawrence.
Not my thing.
Everyone knows he's not a cuck.
That's a
Everyone
no
knows
for
that.
me, dog. Yep, that's right. So last night, the WNBA played a game. There were no dildos thrown. That was not the big story. The big story, though, was Angel Reese, who is Angel Reese, what we say, most polarizing player in the league?
Caitlin Clark. But right behind.
Okay.
Right behind is Angel, and then Sophie Cunningham.
Well, Angel Reese had 26 rebounds last night. That's the WNBA record, Mike. Now, how many me-bounds did she have?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter? Okay. She had 26
But
rebounds.
let's answer the question, though.
Pay no attention to the me-bound behind the glass.
Let's answer the question.
I mean, she's all over the glass.
Yes.
She's all over the board.
You know exactly where I stand on Angel Reese.
Where do you stand for those who don't remember?
Oh, I don't like Angel Reese.
You don't
one
like
bit.
her.
No. Now, I also don't watch Angel Reese at all, and I'm courageous enough to admit that. But I think Angel Reese is an important moment in equality. I will like to irrationally hate Angel Reese, and I feel bad. A little bit of me feels bad
You don't
because
feel bad.
from what I hear, she gets a lot of this. You know about that guff? She gets it. But equality means I can irrationally hate you for no good reason.
Right.
And that's where I'm at.
There are male players you irrationally hate, so why can't you irrationally hate female players?
100%.
I get that. Good
a lot
for
of
you.
people with Kirk Cousins. I don't like his face. That's
I
not
don't
fair
like
to
Cade
Kirk
Cunningham's
Cousins.
face. I like
there
him.
you go. They're just people that you don't like.
Bust face.
And to not afford women that same opportunity makes you a sexist.
Absolutely.
So you hate Angel Reese's face?
Oh, don't like it. Don't like the meat bounds. Don't like the game. Don't like to watch at all. Also, totally uneducated on the matter.
I love Angel Reese's face. I think that she is one of the most generational talents to ever come through. Of course, Atlanta, but maybe the game of basketball, because as much as we highlight the scorers, as much as we highlight the defenders, Sis is a scorer / defender / everything, like my boy Slash from the Pittsburgh Steelers back in the day.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Guns N' Roses.
she can do it all. I think that the only thing about my sis now, when she blow past you, she still looks for that contact, and it enables her defender to get the block, like Cam Brink last night.
I saw
5
Cameron
blocks.
Brink take
Salute.
her lunch money on that one play.
Might have been a foul across the face, may not have been a foul across the face. I'm not a referee, but I think she can improve on her offensive game.
I had someone, this is my thing with Angel Reese. I had someone ask me yesterday, and I never know how to answer this question. They said, I don't follow the WNBA, but obviously I see a lot of the headlines, I see a lot of the commentary. Is Angel Reese a good player? And I never really know how to answer that. Because I don't think I know if she is a good player.
Yes, you do know. A blasphemy. You know she a good player.
Well, here's what I know. I don't necessarily care for the me-bounds conversation because everyone could be getting their own rebounds off of misses. She's the one doing it, all right? She's the one who's leading the league in rebounds, and she's the one who had 26 of them last night. So if it was such an easy thing to do, somebody else should be doing it too. No one else is doing it. But when I look at her, when she has the ball, her as an offensive player, at times she looks kind of lousy, all right, as an offensive player. But then again, something else I do know, she's on an Atlanta team right now that's winning a lot of games.
Yeah, she is. And on top of that, she's one of the reasons that the Atlanta Dream lead in terms of points in the paint. Like, yes, she shot 4 for 14 last night. Yes, she needs to abandon a hook shot completely. I think anytime you just recklessly throw the ball up over your head, no matter who you are, that's a miss. 31, though, against Phoenix. 31 and 14 with 4 steals. Like Angel Reese, very
good.
very clearly a good basketball player.
It's pretty good.
Exactly. And I would like to point out one of the most amazing stats. No music involved today. Do you know the top 3 steal leaders in the WNBA are Ryan Howard, Jordan Canada, and Angel Reese? 3 Atlanta Dream players.
Ron Howard?
Ryan
director?
Howard.
Fine.
Ryan
The
Howard.
first baseman.
No, not that Ryan Howard. The Ryan Howard.
From The
I don't know
Office?
who you think the Ryan Howard is.
From
but
Kelly's
it's the
boyfriend in
first
The
baseman.
Office?
Not that Ryan Howard. I'm talking about the Rhinestone
The one
Cowboy.
that joined us with that pitch man that.
No,
And not Ryan.
RHYNE.
Like a watermelon
Oh,
rind.
Ryan Howard.
yeah.
Like Ryan Sandberg.
Not like him, but like a cowboy with rhinestones.
Oh, RHINE, Ryan.
But with a
There
Y
it
like
is.
Trista.
That's where it is.
Right.
So you know how incredible to have a team with 3 of the league leading steal leaders? That's crazy. Salute to Angel Reese.
But not Ron Howard.
not Ronnie.
Definitely
Quite the visual,
not
though.
Ron
Never.
Howard.
For the last couple of days, Greg Cody's been in studio with us.
He has.
And yesterday, we played another clip of AEW wrestling where we believe they must have a Le Batard Show fan, or maybe just a Greg Cody Show fan, who is injecting Greg Cody's catchphrases
Yeah.
into their programming.
I heard the bit. I don't agree.
Okay, that's fine. Well, let me play again for you real quick from yesterday. This is the second time that this has happened, or at least that we played the video. This is from yesterday where we believe AEW programming is using Greg Cody catchphrases. Give this a listen, I mean.
Juice Robinson versus Clark Connors. Who won? Who? The Guns versus the Dogs. Who won? Who? And in a double chain match, who's the Juicy Who?
Now, I went...
Baja men can also be upset.
That's what I'm thinking. I get Baja Man from that. Who let the dogs out?
Well, okay, but he did it with the inflection. Who won?
Well, he's building.
All right. I'm full disclosure. Like I said, not disclosure day, but full disclosure.
Okay.
I went into this yesterday ready to poo-poo it and tell you, Greg, no one cares about your catchphrases. No one is using them on AEW. Like, don't be stupid. And I heard that, yes, and like I'm having a hard time denying it. And now I had one of our listeners send me another couple of clips. I'm going to play the first one here for you. But both of these clips are from the same segment, all right? Don't pay as much attention to, what's actually happening in the video. Like, who the hell can explain? But pay more attention to the possible use of the Greg Cody catchphrase.
What you learn, huh? What you learn, huh? What you learn, huh?
So over and over, they're saying, "What you learn? What you learn? What you learn?"
That's a common phrase.
Still
Okay,
skeptical.
but we got to put it together with the other examples as well,
What'd you
don't
learn?
Catch as catch can a few weeks ago.
we? Who won?
Everyone says catch as catch can.
No, and
What?
No, and they ended the catch as catch can segment with "You never know."
You never know sometimes.
Stop it.
See, Amin is playing the role that I thought I was going to play,
What role?
and of being indignant. That it's not a thing.
I
It's
think you
coincidence.
guys are just navel gazers. You just think everything is about you around here.
All right, well, play the next one.
All right,
then.
so this is in the same clip again.
We're rolling now, huh?
Are you kidding me? We're rolling. No, it's not just we're rolling now. We're rolling now, huh?
I mean,
It's undeniable.
you know what's funny? At first when he went, I was like, oh, that is kind of like Greg. But then he came back and it's like, oh, he just said, come on, man.
It's undeniable. There's something happening.
all in the same segment. What'd you learn? We're rolling
What-
now, huh?
You guys have the wrestler or the writers?
Well, it hasn't always been the same wrestler.
Got it.
So I think that in the creative room, there's a Greg Cody superfan.
We're rolling now, huh?
Well, this is what I would say. If there is indeed a mole in the writing room, you got to do one thing. You gotta take the catchphrase that Cody came up with that Zaz somehow tried to claim later on, and have one of them say that. If that happens, then I'll believe it.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, if they say that one,
That's what I'm talking about.
No, that would be, we'd know that that's not a Greg Cody phrase.
Yeah, they say it.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
Then I believe it.
That's what I'm talking about.
Tom Brady, I'm guessing, would not like you ordering for him. And I think in general, athletes are going to have some control stuff that makes them predisposed to not want someone else to pick their preferences for them. I think they're more likely to have some control stuff there than the rest of
The
us.
chef is going to bring you to the table and bring what he feels is the best of his abilities. You're going to be like, no, I don't like shellfish. Sorry. Weenie.
I don't want a chef to order for me. What am I, a child?
Why are you going to his restaurant then?
I've
Yeah,
been
to pick what I like. Bring me a lobster. Bring me a filet mignon.
I've been to a restaurant with you where someone brings you out a bunch of stuff.
And
I mean, and that's not my preference.
This episode of the Dan Le Batard Show is presented by Mars Men, the most potent and natural testosterone stack on Earth. For a limited time, Le Batard Show listeners get 50% off for life, plus free shipping and 3 free gifts at mengotomars.com. Tell them the Dan Le Batard Show sent you.
Good job, Chris.
Thank you.
Tuesday.
So on ESPN right now, they're doing the whole the 24-hour fantasy marathon is going on right now.
Tell me your sleepers. Oh, best week of the year.
Are you old enough to remember, Chris, where when you're participating in fantasy football leagues, doing everything by hand?
No.
Yep. I started playing fantasy football when I was 16. So we're talking 1997, before Al Gore's internet. And the only way to tally the scores, you had to wait until Monday morning and then do it again after Monday Night Football Tuesday morning. You would have to wait Monday morning for the newspaper to arrive on your doorstep. And you would open up Juju is like stunned right now. And you would open up the sports section and you look at the box scores.
How did Ricky Waters do?
Yeah. And you tally up the points. It was the only
What was your team?
way to do it.
For Rott, Ricky Waters.
I remember my first 2 ever fantasy football picks. So we're going to 1997, that season, 1997. I had the last pick of the round, 12-team league.
Emotional.
I had the last pick of the round, 12-team league. And
You definitely went a Dolphin.
no. And with the back-to-back picks, I went Jerome Bettis.
The bus.
Drew Bledsoe.
That's a good team.
You know, I'm 16. I didn't know you don't take a quarterback in the second round. I didn't know, But still, it was a good team. Jerome Bettis, Drew Bledsoe were my first 2 picks.
I think one stop past doing it by hand that I remember was when, if you wanted to have really be on it for your draft, you go to the bookstore and you get a magazine.
Yeah.
There's no it was before the ESPN top 300 printed out. It's give me that magazine.
Magazines are still out there.
People that still do the magazine, you are.
Well, the
That's
magazines
crazy.
are so dated because they come on the bookshelves in June, and the season starts in September. A lot changes. But back then, Juju, I had to open up that newspaper. You tally the scores by hand. What? And it's not like there's an internet where you could keep track of the standings. If you want to tell everybody in your league what the standings look like, hey guys, I got the standings here. Let me read it to you. You have to keep it all by hand. That's how it worked. How about making your league schedule? You can't just open up a website and it gives you your schedule. You got to make the schedule.
You're messing with us, right?
By hand.
You actually did this?
How else do you think it happens?
I just
You think
assumed
it magically appears.
I mean, I've heard of these by hand fantasy leagues, but it's just I didn't think they were that popular. I was like, I would have just waited.
Popular? How else did it happen?
At the time, if I were you, did you know technology was coming down the road? At that time, I would have been like, I'm good. I'll wait. I'll do it in 5 years.
No, I wanted to be in this right
The
now.
Jetsons didn't have all right, first pick.
No, you had to do it all by hand.
But I'm imagining at that time the Jetsons are ahead of you guys doing it the way we do it today.
My fantasy league that I'm in, that I joined in my neighborhood, started in 1976. Crazy.
Football or baseball?
Football.
Wow.
And it's a crazy set of rules where you don't get points for a running back until he rushes for at least 60 yards. So 0 until 60. You've got kickers have way more points than any other thing. Wide receivers don't get any points until they get at least 5 catches. Or 60 receiving yards, and then it boosts incrementally from there. Quarterbacks don't get a point until you throw for at least 200 yards.
Wow.
So it makes there's just plenty of time. It's 20 rounds, 20-round draft, and many days just go many players just 0 points, goose egg, goose egg.
I'm not gonna lie, that
egg.
league sounds awful.
Bad league.
I agree, and it's expensive. I don't know why I keep doing it. I think it's the provenance of the 76.
So we had scandal in my league one year.
Scandal.
Because everything was done by hand, including making the schedule. Like the commissioner league, which was not me at the time, the commissioner of the league would have to make everyone's schedule. You used to have to put it together by hand, and then you can. I don't even know how it got distributed to everybody. Was there email back then? I'm not even sure. And
there was email.
Okay, so it was email. So it was probably emailed to us, the schedule. And he would make it by hand. And this is in the year 2001, right? 9/11. 9/11 was 2001. And
famously.
And the year is not as famous. 9/11 is famous.
I remember
Okay. And 9/11, 2001 happens, and what happened to the league, right? The NFL postponed everything a week.
Thank you for clarifying which 9/11 year it was.
They pushed everything back, right? Well, this meant that the league schedule was being pushed back for our fantasy league also.
I've never heard anyone describe it that way.
And you're forcing me to get off track here.
I forced you?
Yeah, that's right.
I've never heard 9/11/2001.
Yeah, usually people just say 9/11.
Why
That's
did
right.
you?
Yes.
Without the year.
Oh, we're aligned.
But I'm trying to give you the year of when this all happened. It's not a story about
You could've
9/11.
just said 9/11.
This is a story about
Well,
fantasy
guess
football.
who made it a 9/11 story?
The context of 9/11 is important because it pushed back the league schedule. Anyway, let me get back on track here. Let me get back on track here. So
That's why they say that.
So all of us in our league, we wanted to just keep the schedule as is, Juju. But let's just push everything 1 week back. That's simple, right? The commissioner of our league, he wanted to redo the entire schedule. Why the fuck would you redo the entire schedule? Well, we learned once we did a deep dive, because the commissioner's schedule was facing teams every week when all the teams had their buys. All the players had their bye weeks. Because you could do it by hand, he was able to finagle. We want to keep it as is, push everything a week back. But that means he's not going to be facing all the teams with their players on buys anymore. He wants to redo the whole schedule.
Yeah. But he used 9/11 as his Trojan horse.
2001.
Odyssey, great movie.
And if you tell him, no, you can't do that, then you come off like someone who doesn't love the troops, who doesn't respect what happened that fateful night or day in 2001.
Big scandal.
Morning.
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot briefly.
Salute to the FDNY.
It's a really big deal.
9/11 or the scandal?
I was going to say, including what happened in our fantasy football league. Really big deal.
Yeah, congratulations. Never thought I'd smile during one of those segments.
Well, I'm going to give you something to smile about here. We have, potentially, we don't know for sure, we have potentially another example of AEW, that's All Elite Wrestling, of AEW using a Greg Cody catchphrase. Now, are Juju and Trista aware of what we believe has been going on in AEW? Trista's shaking her head no. Juju, are you aware of what's going on here?
1,000%.
So, Trista, we are beginning to
Juju's
realize...
on the show every day.
We are beginning to realize... okay, thank you. We are beginning to realize that, you know what, that's a fair criticism of me. All right, that's fair.
Only he recapped every day for us.
That's completely fair. So I will speak specifically to Trista here. This wrestling show, and a lot of times it's the same wrestler that we're noticing, when they're saying things, when they're doing their promos, or when they're yelling at other wrestlers, we think they're using Greg Cody catchphrases in their show. And we've played several different examples because listeners now are watching out for it and sending it to us. I can't watch everything. All right, I got my stories. I try and watch as much as possible, but sometimes things get past me, Trista. I'm living my life. And so we have
Being a dad.
Yeah. And so we have another example here, all right, from a recent episode of AEW Wrestling. And give this a listen. It happens very early on in this clip.
Gabe Kidd! Oh, Gabe Kidd is back! Jack!
Now let's play it again real quick in case you missed it, because it's really quick in the beginning. Go ahead.
Gabe Kidd! Oh, Gabe Kidd is back! Jack!
So what does he say there? He says someone's name is back. Jack.
Gabe Kidd.
Gabe Kidd is back.
Gabe
Jack.
Kidd.
Yeah.
Chris was confused.
Gabe Kidd is
It's
back.
like, what do you call that kid?
Jack.
I'm saying play on. Feels like back Jack is used by everybody.
I'm with you. Wow. This is another one where Greg's head's getting a little big.
Wait, you don't think this is a thing?
Clark Connors looks like the type of guy that would say back Jack and didn't need Greg Cody's permission or inspiration for it.
Well, we're gonna try and get to the bottom of this week, right?
Yeah, after much discourse on the show, I decided to reach out to some friends at AEW. Now it's a big week for AEW. They have All In at Wembley Stadium this weekend on pay-per-view, and they're in Scotland for Dynamite. But I am happy to announce Clark Connors, the wrestler at the center of most of these incidents. Again, keep in mind, he's not the only person doing this, all right? Excalibur said something. Don Callis said something. MJF is selling a T-shirt.
Trista, you know about that Don Callis?
Not at all.
He's a real piece of shit, let me tell you.
Fine. I'm totally with you. Just like Juju rides for me no matter what the situation is, I ride for you. Piece of shit, that guy.
So Clark Connors will be joining us from Scotland tomorrow.
Wow.
And you know who else is going to be in studio tomorrow?
What's that, Mike?
Greg Cody.
Nice. And Greg believes they are copying him, Trista. He believes they are absolutely using his catchphrases. I do too. And I was prepared to not believe it, but it's too many examples.
There are some examples that seem more clear than others. That one doesn't do it for me.
What's the most Greg Codyism that you've seen on AEW or heard on AEW?
They threw out a "we're rolling now, huh?" Like it was the "huh" at the end, the exact same way my dad says it. That one felt.
Also, he said a couple times, "Who won?"
Yeah, but then he said it a different way, and it was more of a Bahaman tribute.
The hoo at the end.
Yeah.
Who made it a salad?
Who? They haven't. No, that was a sign. That was a sign from one of the fans.
A fan held up a sign saying, "Who made it a
A
salad?"
lot of this is confirmation bias Greg is an egomaniac, and he wants to see his inspiration everywhere. But I think some of these, maybe someone thought it was funny and put in Greg Cody line, but not everything. Like Greg Cody uses a lot of lines that have been used before. All right, Backjack, he didn't invent. Stop pretending.
Things like that's what I'm talking about.
He did start that one, though. I can vouch for him.
He started, hey, that's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
he started it after I said it. Yeah.
No, you do a different thing. It's not the
Started
same.
saying it right after
You say that's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but you copied Greg because he's much older than you.
I would
much
never
older.
copy
And he was like,
anybody.
hey, that's what I'm talking about.
Nope. Everybody knows two things about me. One, I'm not a cuck. Two, I never copy anybody.
Scandal.
So we're going to get to the bottom of this tomorrow.
With Clark Connors.
Okay. What's the time difference, Scotland?
I think they're 5 hours ahead.
So they're in the future.
No, it's not how the...
It is. Do I have to tell you how time travel works?
I think that's the devil's time zone. I think Scotland.
Whoa! Never heard that before.
Actually, we've learned more than that. You said if there's things we know about you. I have a list here of things we know about Zaz.
No, you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Not a cuck. Nope. His son can challenge him every 6 months. Yep. His son loves Arab fighters. Yep. Zaslow men haven't made a girl in 100 years.
That's true.
They love Thai food. Would never wear a beret. Easygoing. Doesn't eat with his name. Oh, no, that's hands. Doesn't eat with his hands. Yeah. And you're a 4-3-3 guy in soccer.
Yeah.
Also, his Zaslow mansion.
Everyone knows that about me.
His Zaslow mansion features the Brad Williams couch. Listen to his podcast, Height and Babble, and see him on tour. The couch brought to you by Brad Williams.
It doesn't, though. Brad did not get me a new couch, so you're just giving Brad plugs, and he didn't pay his end. You're just giving him free plugs. My couch is not... Everything Juju just said there, my couch is not brought to you by Height and Babble.
It's a great podcast.
But it's not brought to you by Height and Babble, my
JB
couch. Yeah. Can I show you guys this video? So, Houston, you know about Houston, right? You guys know about Houston?
H-Town.
And they have police there. They also have Uber there. And in this video here, the police and the Uber, they work together to fight crime. And you may be saying, Zaslow, how is that even possible? All right, well, I'm going to show you, all right? We'll let this play, and we could talk over it and describe what's happening here. But this is coming from the dash cam of an Uber driver. So there's an Uber driver who's parked on the road. And I guess you could tell that it's an Uber driver because, you know, it's probably got like the lit up sign or whatever. And you could see here is the Uber driver just chilling. And there's a man running across the street. He committed some kind of crime because there's police officer number 1 chasing him slowly. And police officer number 2, who is, I guess you could describe a little bit of a straggler. All right. A little bit on the slower side here.
What are we doing to my guy?
Yeah, that's right.
And she's keeping a tight perimeter.
And she decides, oh, let me get in this Uber now.
Hey,
and
give me right over there, please. Go that way. That way.
She's in the Uber now.
Go.
Telling the driver to take me to the man we're chasing.
I would have been like, did you book this?
And now during the
What's your name?
drive, look, now they open the door.
Which way did he go? Over there. Go that way.
Oh, hell no.
The other cop gets
we're
in.
not doing this.
There's a cop in the first seat and in the back seat.
That's him?
And the Uber driver took them to the guy, and they get out, and they proceed to chase him again.
Look, that's a veteran move by him. He looks back, make sure they didn't forget their phone.
Chase is a strong suggestion of what they're doing right now.
They're walking now, the police officers, once they got out of the Uber.
Was this just an Uber?
Yeah.
Like they just went to a restaurant? I feel like, was this a chase here?
Yeah, I wonder what the guy did who they're chasing.
Luckily, he had that video set up in his car.
Yeah.
Because if the criminal looks over and see you drop off the police, I'm telling the whole hood, boy. Bruh telling, bruh snitching. Get him out of here.
Now, when the police officer jumped into the Uber and is like, go, him over there. Like, I'm surprised, like, the Uber driver didn't just, that's not how Uber works. You got to get out the app.
It's 2026, though, and he seemed like he might have been a brother from another, so I don't think you want to say that to the police.
But in the movies, you just have to flash your badge and you yank them out of the car. You say police and you boot them out. I'm commandeering this vehicle.
He would have got his ass beat. I'm gonna just say it. If you told them ladies no, he would have ended up in jail with bruh.
I mean, look at this. You can see that the timestamp. This is from earlier this month, and it looks like it's just after midnight. It's at 12:26 a.m. Nothing good happens if you're out after midnight. And yeah, female police. There's homeboy again, just running, trying to escape. She's not fast enough to catch him, but she's trying. And then the other police officer, a little bit on the heavy.
You're not supposed to run together. You're supposed to space out.
Well,
give her some good backup.
You know,
I got a guilty admission. When I see police chasing criminals, I always hope the criminal gets away. I'm so sorry.
Really?
Yeah.
I also hope the criminal gets away. Scandal.
I believe in law and order.
I mean, how shocked is this Uber driver? I was like, what do you want me to do? Where are we going?
Also, it's just not a good look for Houston. Houston is a city that I associate with Tex-Mex and 6-lane highways, and those police officers have been eating hella Tex-Mex.
Yeah, good Tex-Mex.
Allegedly.
Papacitos, a little chain out there. I saw this gnarly video. I can't toss to it because I wasn't like, it's not that gnarly to put it on the show, but I didn't know that this was the genre that we were going to. It was in Times Square. And did you see the video, the motorcycle video, where they were like arresting one dude that was on a bike on the ground, and some like dude on a motorbike had no respect for authority and wanted to just blow past it because motorcycles kind of live in this in-between space where traffic laws don't apply to them because they can get away easily. And the cop just sticks his arm out and slams a guy to the ground. And then a dude didn't learn that lesson. Another motorcyclist tries the same thing, and he actually got away. Wow. Because they operate in this weird space when it comes to traffic laws.
Scandal.
I'll try to find the video. Because he yanks a dude from the bike, which I'm like, I've always kind of wanted to do that without hurting anybody. But it looks cool. Like he didn't jam his shoulder out of the socket or anything. He just grabbed the guy. Off the bike. Bam. Off a bike.
Also, during the Knicks championship celebration, Herschel Walker must be a fan of them because the cops had this guy cornered. My boy got up out of there. I'm talking about saxophones was playing as the cops was just looking around. Salute.
Herschel?
Herschel himself.
The ambassador.
I think he's also a cop.
And an MMA fighter. One of the greatest dual athletes ever.
Famously only eats one meal a day.
What?
Yep.
I do that too. Not famously. Occasionally I cheat. Today we have Shah's a kebab. But if I eat twice, it's within a 4-hour window. You know who told me that? Skip Schumacher. Nice. And he said, don't eat after 7 p.m. He said, nothing good happens after 7 p.m.
You only eat once a day?
I aspire to, but it depends on how good lunch is here. And if so, then I make sure to eat dinner inside of 4 hours.
Don't you get hungry?
No. And I have an ulcer now, so that's good.
It sounds like everything's going well for you then.
40. Ton of bricks.
I don't understand. You eat one meal a day?
Yeah, it's a big meal. Sustains me.
That doesn't sound healthy.
Thanks, I look good.
You do look good, but
there you
still,
go. There
meal
we
a
go.
day.
There was a compliment.
All right. How do you know you have an ulcer?
I can feel it.
Well,
Are
how do
you
you
gonna
know
go
it's
in?
how do you know it's an ulcer?
I've had one before and it feels like the same way.
What happened?
Right here, it's kind of like.
What do you even do? What does that even mean?
It'll heal itself.
But what is an ulcer?
Brother, I'm trying to look up this motorcycle.
I'm
talk
more
to
interested
someone
in
else.
this. You already told the motorcycle story,
Talk
man.
to someone
I'm trying
else.
to find it. I can't find this video.
I want to know what an ulcer
Ulcer is an open sore on the lining of the stomach, small intestine, or esophagus. It happens when stomach acid damages protective tissue. So you feel burning pain in the upper mid-belly, which is exactly where he said.
That's right there.
He gets bloating and burping.
Mm-hmm.
He gets heartburn and indigestion, and maybe, which we don't know, nausea and vomiting.
I haven't had that. I get full quick. I had this really rich meal, and sometimes a really rich meal will be the impetus for the ulcer. I was like, why am I extra full? And then it's kind of stayed with me. Every day, getting a little bit better.
So you have an open sore in your stomach?
Yeah, I'll be all right.
And you're just hoping that's going to heal itself?
You know what helps? Not eating all that often.
I feel like ulcers are things that you contract when you're stressed, right? Isn't that a stress thing?
Yes.
Ulcers?
Are you sure it's not gout?
My boy Zaz is made of questions.
Yeah.
I need that video.
Yeah, you might have gout.
Yeah, I don't have gout.
Gout's gross.
I don't have gout. My digits are fine.
I've had gout.
I have an ulcer. And yes, open the news.
I had gout in my big toe.
You don't open
No,
the news.
and not a big. I had it in my knee. I'm sorry. Big toe is a very common place to get gout. I had it in my knee. which is also a commonplace.
King's disease, they call it.
Rich man's disease. Yep, King's disease. You're right.
Mike has got big feelings. If Mike is looking at the news and getting an ulcer from the news, Mike is one of the more high-feeling men that I know.
Enos Cantor.
Yeah, we should all have ulcers, actually, watching this damn regime.
Yeah.
Mail-in voting, it's out.
What
No,
kind?
no. They get to pick and choose who's okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Homeland Security, I'm sure, will develop a nice little roster.
Ulcer. Have you guys seen this story? This broke, I think it broke yesterday morning, okay? And we didn't get around to it yesterday, where San Francisco 49ers owner, he's called Jed York, and he was arrested for prostitution. And if that's not strange enough, all right, it's embarrassing, arrested for prostitution. But apparently he was arrested near a trailer park. Trailer homes. That's apparently where he was doing the solicitation. Now, you'll have to excuse me for not exactly knowing A, how billionaires live their lives, but also B, how prostitution works. But I would say, if I was a billionaire or even a millionaire, and I decided to go get a lady of the night, it wouldn't be in a trailer park. Like, isn't there a different...
Where would you go?
Well, I think I would go to an escort service is where I would go. I don't think I would be pulling up to the trailer park.
Where the whores?
Am I the only one who thinks it's odd that a billionaire is pulling up to the trailer park?
All right. So
if I'm a billionaire, I got someone handling this for me.
So some context here. All right. I'm glad that we were responsible yesterday because we treated this just like a news item and we held our opinions to ourselves because as the day went on, there were more details. Now, while circumstantially, that does seem like the going rate for a trailer park whore. He was arrested at the trailer
How much
park.
was it?
So we've heard.
So
$140,
which is
allegedly.
Get what you pay
some
for.
people have tweeted that's less than my fantasy, dude.
I have no context on whether that's good or bad.
So this might be an unfortunate thing. People see the price and say clearly that's a going rate for a trailer park prostitute, but he was just merely arrested near the trailer park. So people are jumping to an unfair conclusion.
That's elitism. Maybe she lives in a perfectly good house near the trailer park.
Well, it says here he was arrested upon arriving at a mobile home park in East Palestine, Ohio.
There's conflicting reports on that, and he did file for divorce in May.
I often have to cut through a trailer park to it's just an easier route. So
on your way to a prostitute?
No, I'm just saying I often, because of my neighborhood, the way my neighborhood's set up, I do cut through, so I could be pulled over in there, and I'm just passing through.
Yes,
that could have. I'm just
you're
just throwing out things that could have been.
And you're getting offers all over the place, right?
No, I've never got an offer. I was
Really?
just giving my bona fides
Never?
on the trailer park.
Tahoe?
Oh, I mean, we used to work on South Beach. I got way more offers there than I did.
Yeah, but it was more like drugs.
It would be walking by coke, weed.
Yeah.
Loud.
Got that fire. Got that gas. I don't know about my look. They think I'm interested.
You look like you're about that gas.
Billy Gill never got it. I got it weekly.
Yeah.
He's worth an estimated $8.5 billion with a B, $billion.
It's a kink. It's a kink. That has to be what it is.
To slum it.
Yeah. Let's just see how the other half live.
Maybe my boy fell in love, man. Like you say, we
Fell
jump into
in love?
Hey, look, T-Pain has a song that
What's
says,
your real name?
Exactly. I'm in love with a dancer.
Yep.
So it's like maybe my boy is in love with a prosto.
Talk to me, Juju.
And then he damn, I ain't never had it like this. What you want to eat for lunch, bruh? I'm going to Quiznos. Do you want anything? She says yes. He's dropping off some Quiznos to her, and then he go to damn Fuzz.
I miss Quiznos. We don't have it down here anymore.
There is one.
Where?
On Bird.
Oh, that's a little
It's
far
adjacent.
from me.
It's adjacent to a storage facility.
He pleaded no contest to misdemeanor
There's a good
charges
prostitute right around the corner.
of disorderly conduct and possessing criminal tools. What are criminal tools?
Exactly. What is a criminal tool, Chris?
Butt plug.
Is that a dough?
It's a butt plug.
Have you been to a WNBA game lately?
It's a dough.
Don't get me started on the dough throwers in the WNBA. If you throw a dough in a WNBA game, you, sir, you, ma'am, you, they are lame as hell.
Let's be
Get
honest,
'em outta
Juju.
here.
Is it a they? Is it a she? No, it's a him.
Straight white male.
Straight white man.
Straight white
Love
male.
a dildo.
Or
Straight
claims
white
to
hill.
be. I no longer find it funny.
You claimed it. Did you say that
Initially, I
Very
see
brave.
a dildo in a playing surface. I'm like, that's funny. And I'm not going to treat the ladies any differently because when I see him thrown at Tom Brady's New England Patriots in Buffalo, I was like, that's funny.
If someone threw a dough during an NBA game, that'd be hilarious.
You know me, I'm big at with equality. And so the first couple of times, I'm like, all right, yeah, I can see how that's rude. And it's a different sport. There's more separation, and they're wearing helmets in the NFL. So it's not exactly apples to apples. And plus, they're ladies, and I don't like the optics of that, no doubt. But I chuckled the first couple of times, and then it became a thing. And now I've emotionally evolved to the point that I don't think it's funny anymore. Kind of like a Borat impression. Slays the first couple of times, not as funny now.
I think Tasha Cloud said it best. That's the
What'd she
gayest shit you can do. Grown-ass cis man go into a sex shop, buy a dildo, smuggle it into the game because you get checked and frisked and all the metal detectors.
Let's just say they're keystering.
Exactly. Keister that guy just to throw it out, possibly injuring one of these players. Them things heavy as hell, as much as I can assume.
So you've heard,
Some
yeah.
of them are.
I have no idea how heavy they
Exactly.
Yeah.
If they
It
hit
all
somebody,
depends on the model.
They look heavy.
okay. I'll take your advice. But if they
Like
hit somebody, can you imagine that? You hit a woman in the face with a damn dough it's under the jail.
The Bobo doughs are light. The good stuff are heavy.
because there's batteries in them.
Nice.
But why would you get one with batteries just to throw on the court? It feels to me like it's, hey, why did you buy a dildo? I see this on your credit card receipt. And it's like, I mean, I was just throwing it out on the court. I don't even need it like that.
I was going to a game.
I'm glad they locked his ass up, though, arrested him. He had on a Luka Doncic jersey. My sister, Angel Reese, pointed his ass out. There he is, get him. And
My
they
girl,
got
Joy
his ass.
Taylor, said she was sitting right in front of him.
We sure it wasn't Joy?
I don't know.
Pretty sure.
I'm sure
Pretty
it
sure it
wasn't
was.
Joy
I don't think it
Taylor
was
that
Joy.
threw.
It was probably not.
He brought up Joy. That's crazy by Zaz.
Scandal.
We had that video from Times Square.
Oh, they're talking about the dough.
Yeah, no, not the dough. All right, so here's a video from Times Square in which police are arresting someone, and then boom, cop knocks somebody off of a moped.
Why, though? Why?
Well, because he was just burnt. Like they were closing traffic, and this guy didn't think that the law applies to him. And so, now look, the cops, they try to stop. Hey, you're not coming through here. Another motorbike tries to do the exact same thing. This motorbike dodges through traffic, gets away from the cops on foot, pulls away, gets away with it.
He's like Batman.
That's a good Uber Eats driver right there.
5 stars on Uber Eats.
And Grand Theft Auto. 5 stars.
Can I tell you something about this Uber Eats? It is so expensive now. I ordered yesterday. I don't usually do Uber Eats anymore because it's really gone downhill.
That's
all
right. Famously, I think another sponsor is on our show, so let's just be careful.
Good. It's gone downhill, so that's a good thing for me to say that,
Well,
right?
yeah, because now Uber Eats will never. You could just say delivery service.
Scandal.
I got a delivery service yesterday. All right,
wonder
a
which
delivery
one.
service that's gone downhill, and we got. Can I say the place I got from?
Only if it's positive.
Wait, whisper it in my ear. Back channel. No, don't do that.
Really?
No, college football spends.
Oh, man.
All right, so I got from a place. Can I say what kind of food the place has?
You can say chicken.
We got it from a fast food chicken place.
Oh, dude.
Oh, wow. I
What?
know exactly what you mean.
What? We got it from a chicken place.
You had to say fast food.
Well, yeah, because that goes into the story. That's the whole point of the
All right,
story.
there's
It's fast food.
There's like 4 or 5 of them.
Yes, it's fast food. Okay.
Closed on Sundays?
Got fast food for both my boys. All right. Not even for me. For both my boys. Anyone want to guess how much it was? Regular fast food. I'm not talking about grown boys where they each got 3 hamburgers. No, a regular meal. Okay.
Look, I'm as progressive as they come, but you get me on one Saturday morning, I'd pay $300 for that.
I'll play your games as $24, I think it was.
$50.
What? That's so much more than I guessed.
$50. $50.
See, you're doing it wrong. I don't even touch a restaurant establishment on those apps if I don't see that red long thing that says buy one, get one free.
Got to find the deals.
Exactly.
Juju's spot on with this.
That's all.
Maybe you're right. Maybe that's what I got to do now.
Happened to me yesterday. I didn't want pan con piste, but guess who was having them?
My wife's like, why do we have 2 chicken bowls? I'm like, because they were BOGO.
Exactly.
Enjoy your lunch. You're welcome.
Expensive nowadays.
Rude lady.
Man. So, Juju, I want you to explain this to me here. I saw this clip online, but I haven't watched it yet with Tracy McGrady, where Tracy McGrady is, I guess, posed a very important question from his cousin. Isn't that their podcast? It's like the Cousins podcast, right?
For sure.
Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady. So what is this clip here that you're going to set up for me with Tracy McGrady?
Vince Carter asked my boy the golden question. Which is more valuable? Which holds more weight? A regular season league MVP or a championship in the NBA? And he had this to say.
KD was on the Fred VanVleet podcast, and he was talking about regular season MVP holds more weight than winning a championship. What are your thoughts on that? Regular season MVP holds more weight than an NBA championship. And the reason I'm asking you that,
regular season MVP holds more weight
than winning a championship.
Hell yeah.
So
why wouldn't it?
Well, the first thing I would say is you're probably saying to yourself now, whoa, Fred VanVleet has a podcast? I didn't know that. And, of course, he has a podcast. Everybody has a podcast because if you don't, you're a huge loser.
I just added it to Real or Fake. The Fred VanVleet podcast.
So here's my first question. Tracy McGrady's answering it like, man, that's a stupid question. Of course, regular season MVP is more important than winning a championship. But are we talking about winning a championship and you're the sixth man, or you're the best player on the championship team? Because those are two very different things. Because if we're talking about, being like the sixth man, then yeah, what Tracy McGrady is saying makes sense. Kind of like how would you rather be in the Hall of Fame or win an NBA championship? Being in the Hall of Fame is, I think, much better. But if we're talking about regular season MVP or you were the best team, best player on a champion, like take Dwayne Wade, for instance. Dwayne Wade never won a league MVP, and he was the best player on the 2006 Miami Heat champion team. Dwayne Wade, NBA champion, is much bigger than never being regular season MVP.
Yeah, I also think it sounded better coming from Kevin Durant, NBA champion and MVP. When it comes from Tracy McGrady, you can poke holes in it saying, oh, you just want to do that or making excuses. Even though he didn't win
he didn't win MVP.
Nah, but still, his value of it may be a bit skewed. I think that he has good points because sometimes you win that championship and you're not an NBA 75 greatest player. But once you get that MVP, nobody in the league was better than me this year. This whole LeBron was in the league. Everybody was out there, grandbabies, gather around the fire. And let me tell you about the year. I was better than Nikola Jokic.
Yeah, I get what he's saying, but there's some context there missing, I guess, as to what kind of player.
Unless you're Steve Nash, who actually wasn't better than Shaq and stole MVPs.
He didn't steal those. He earned those. Steve Nash is one of the greatest NBA players of all time.
That was a big deal down here when that happened.
I know.
That was the 2005 and then 06. Yeah. Dan wrote the big column for the Miami Herald that Steve Nash won it because he's white. And
scandal.
Wait, Dan wrote that?
Yeah. Dan did.
Salute to Dan.
Wow. Yeah. When Steve Nash became head coach of the Brooklyn Nets, I wrote something for Barstool about how he was taking opportunities from black coaches who were standing in line when he had George Floyd as his avatar on Twitter. And that almost got me fired. From Barstool. They said I sounded too much like Deadspin.
What? Ally.
Ally. They didn't love the allyship.
I don't even know what that means anymore. Was Deadspin considered progressive?
Yeah, at that point.
At that point.
At that point. Well, I mean, to them, forever.
Okay.
Yeah.
When I hear Tracy McGrady, I think about a fight that was happening in the group chat last week, where now I have one group chat.
You have a Harden group chat?
No, I have like just a catch-all where there's some NBA, but the difference in reaction was fascinating because I asked in the main chat, who's better, James Harden or Tracy McGrady?
McGrady.
I felt so too, but Harden won on votes, and it wasn't close. And I asked a group chat that featured Sedano, Izzy, Zach, Harper, and me, and I was like, "Who's the best from these two, Harden or T-Mac?" And they all said T-Mac, and it wasn't even close.
Yeah, McGrady.
So the people that know ball were like T-Mac, and they're like, T-Mac was 6'10", and while he wasn't a great defender, compared to James Harden, he's Bruce Bowen.
So good.
But I think most people, if you polled most people, which we probably should, they would say James Harden.
All right, Juju, put it on the poll. Who was a better player, Tracy McGrady or James Harden? I feel like whenever we do a James Harden or, Harden never wins. Has Harden ever won a James Harden? Who would you take, James Harden or?
Is he even a better Rocket? Probably a better Rocket. Maybe. He's probably a better Rocket.
Maybe. Yeah, usually people just say 9/11. Tony is upstairs. He's at a pool here at the Elser, the same way Aaron Donald does his workout routines there at the pool, presumably in his backyard. Let's connect with Tony here as he is going to try the Aaron Donald workout where he holds the 5-gallon jug upside down. Hello, Tony. There you are on top of the building in a pool. Look at that.
Hey, Zaz, yeah, we're here at the Elster pool. The beach part of the pool is beautiful here. The water's nice and warm. So I've got the 5-gallon jug right here. I've got 2 of them that we can try. Obviously, as you remember in the video, if we can play it, he does the first just single gallon.
Yeah.
So we'll do that right now.
Okay.
This should be pretty easy.
Yeah, I could do that. That's not hard.
Let's really pay attention. Kind of go.
Yeah,
Can you give us a side look? We want to see how much shaking we got from your arm here.
Yeah.
Like you're a little too straight
No,
on
this is
that.
nothing.
That's
This
the
is
angle
easy.
we want.
Right.
Though.
The handle makes it easier, right?
Okay, yeah.
No shaking there.
Yeah, the gallon is nothing. The gallon is super easy. I'm not worried about the gallon. Now the 5-gallon is, I haven't cheated and lifted it because I want it to be the first time we lift it.
I mean,
was
I'll tell
actually
you,
on air.
Tony, I changed.
It is heavy.
Tony, I have a machine. I have a cooler in my home with those exact water jugs. I had to change it out yesterday. I'm using, Greg, I'm carrying it with 2 arms up against my chest to get it over from under the staircase to the water cooler. Go ahead, Tony.
Yeah, all right, boys, so here we go. I'm going to try and lift it to where it doesn't get wet because in the video, I think he already has it open, doesn't he? Like,
Yeah.
Once he turns it, there's water dripping out.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
This is not going
You
to
got to get a good grip on it. The problem
Is
is
yours open? Yours is
the
open,
stem-
correct?
This is
the
going to go
stem-
so
Yeah.
poorly.
It's open?
Yeah, it's open. It's open. It's open.
This won't go well for Tony. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is a person who is one of the strongest people of all time.
That's right.
Okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna grab my left hand and I'm gonna steady it, and
Yeah.
then we'll hold it up. Are you
Yeah.
ready?
Just be Aaron Donald.
Here we go.
ahead.
Here we go. 3,
All right, here
2, 1.
All right, it's up now. Now he's using. Oh, he's trying to steady it again. He's having a very hard time.
Extend it.
Whoa,
He's
it's
so
so
arm
impressive.
out.
He's
This is
doing
honestly
it.
So impressive.
He's
with
doing it.
He needed help for the
Give me a little extension.
Wow.
Do it for your daughter.
Wow.
Do it for your daughter.
He's doing it.
Oh my God!
It gets easier the longer you hold it.
Hey, honestly,
He's going to do it.
job, Brad.
Wow, he
That's a
did
win.
it.
That's a win.
Look
I mean,
at
that's
that.
That is a W. That's a win. right there.
Incredible.
We could definitely nitpick,
Yeah.
but he did way better than any of us.
100%.
Incredible. Now, look, he had to steady it a couple times with that left arm, but nonetheless, he accomplished
Did it for his daughter.
That was incredible. Now do it again. Wow.
Again?
With your left
Yeah,
hand now.
without steadying it.
Yeah, I want to see
Like
what
if
that
it's
looks
about
like
to
without
fall,
the
kind of
steadying.
let it fall.
I got to tell you something. As Tony's wiping off his face, he got the water everywhere, of course, and he's going to try another one now. He's going to open up another 5-liter. That was incredible. I don't even care that he had to steady it. Like he had a hard time at first, but he never let go.
Very impressive.
All right, here we go. We're gonna do one more. All right.
Come on, Tony.
Here we go. The grip strength is insane on this. This is crazy. All right, here we go. Oh, it's wet.
Are we
now.
going?
Here we go. 3, 2.
Oh, he's lifted it. Oh, he's not using it.
yeah!
Wow! He's doing it.
Extend it for your daughter. Extend it for your daughter.
Wow.
Arm out.
Oh, yeah!
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Dude, I'm impressed.
He did it.
Really good,
I'm
Tony.
impressed.
With no help from his
Yeah.
other hand.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I mean, different, but still super impressive.
Summer of Tony.
Dad, having watched that, you think you could do that?
I'm going to start with a quart.
Wow. That was an incredible display of strength.
Half gallon, maybe.
I came for the 60 Minutes thing, literally, and it was awesome. But I stuck around for the thoughts on the Odyssey.
Okay, the episode is titled, it's a couple days ago, if you want to go back wherever you get your podcasts. Over the last couple days, something interesting and funny has happened.
You were talking about good numbers.
Where I have realized that Mike, and Dan for that matter, okay, because I got this from Dan as well 2 days ago. I am realizing Mike and Dan are listening to Zaslow Show 2.0 for the very first time.
No, I listen. I listen to Zaslow Show 2.0 whenever I guest on it. I love the sound of my own voice.
So that's what I've realized because I got a call from Dan a couple days ago. And he loved it. He listened to the whole episode.
Shirtless FaceTime in bed?
And I don't expect him to listen to the whole episode. All right, like episodes are about 45 minutes. I don't expect him to listen to the whole episode, but he clearly sat there, maybe it was in his car, maybe it was shirtless in bed, I don't know, and listened to the whole episode. And he loved it and said such nice things. I'm like, that's awesome. And it's also very clearly the first time he's ever heard the show.
Yeah, I've listened to it like 7 times because I've been on it 6. Yeah. So I like the Zaslow Show 2.0.
You enjoyed it a couple days ago.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, and I think I've heard like ones here and there. Like when we made the finals in hockey and in basketball, I'm like, yeah, let me listen to a caretaker of South Florida
That's
sports
right.
and do his character bit. I love it. I'm a huge fan.
It's not a character.
Yeah, it is. Come on, you have a bit. You're amplified like The Rock. Any hoodles. I stuck around for the thoughts on the Odyssey, which I thought I got them all.
You loved my thoughts on the Odyssey.
Yeah, well, we get off to a real hot start because the way that you start.
See, I have a hard time remembering. I wish I could remember exactly what I'm saying.
Here's how it started. Tony, who doesn't know his elbow from his asshole.
What?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's true. It's just
Catching it straight on a podcast. You can at least invite me on and tell me.
If anybody knows 2 things about me, number 1, I'm not a cuck, and number 2, I always tell the truth. Even when I lie, I always tell the truth.
Tony, who doesn't know his elbow from his asshole.
What was the context there?
I don't know. I do 3 different shows. I do this show, I do Zaslow Show 2.0, and I do ESPN Radio. I can't keep track of
And
what
Mystery
I said
Crate.
on each. And 4.
Yeah.
And Mystery Crate.
But the Bolivian cut is Zaslow Show 2.0.
Yes.
That is the Zaz talking
do
to
what I
nobody
want.
else, which is why he's developed. It's become his personality. The reason why he creates all these different voices, and he's having a conversation with himself.
Yeah.
And so he has like these really eccentric parts of his personality that are essentially a cast. Yeah. It's a one-man ensemble. It's great. I'm a big fan. And when you said Tony doesn't know his elbow from his asshole, I'm like, all right, I'm in. But then you started going down your review of the Odyssey, and I was familiar with some of the takes.
What a movie.
But then I found out you were a racist.
What?
Yeah, you were a racist.
Why would you say that?
Yeah, now I could be mishearing
Why
things.
would you say it?
Yeah, why would you
Why
be
would
a
you
racist?
say that?
Why are you a racist, dog?
Why are you making things up?
All right, so for the audience, we did clip this section where,
You
that-
better not be taking me out of context here.
No,
If
no,
you're gonna
no.
play
I'm
something,
applying all the context I possibly can. I wasn't in
right.
charge of grabbing the context.
All right.
But I was in charge of being the driving force of calling you a racist.
So what am I talking about here?
Play the clip.
People are having a go at the movie for 2 reasons. Number 1, for Lupita Nyong'o, who is playing Helen of Troy, who, is white in, I guess, the other writings of the book, in the writing of the book and maybe in the other movies, that Helen of Troy is white. And in this, Lupita Nyong'o is obviously black. You get the whole discussion of should a black actor be playing a white person? Should a white person be playing a black actor? Although it's never that other way, right? It's never the white person playing the black person. It's a black person playing the white person. And then everybody freaks out and gets upset about that. It's really stupid.
So it sounds like you're disappointed that John Cusack isn't playing Shaft.
No.
Yeah, it does.
No.
I heard racism.
I'm disappointed that people are mad that Lupita Nyong'o is playing Helen of Troy.
It feels like, but you never see.
Deshaun Watson yesterday named starter for the Cleveland Browns for at least week number 1. They're playing a bunch of road games early on in the season. Is that why Todd Monken went with him? I don't know. All right. I think it could be just as likely as Shadur Sanders may not be any good. And so that was the big story over the last couple of days. And joining us now, our pal David Dennis Jr. You see him on ESPN. And he wrote on Anscape yesterday, titled, Deshaun Watson's Week 1 start is NFL's latest black eye. David, did you know that there's a button that you could click on your story where you can listen to the story? The story gets played. Instead of me reading the story, somebody will read it to me. Did you know that?
I did know that. I volunteered to be the reader, and then they were like, you don't read good enough for this. And so they had somebody else do it. So I was not allowed to do it because I still put my finger under the words and I try to read, and they don't like that.
Well, that was my next question. Like, who is the voice that reads it?
I'm not totally sure who the voice is. Clearly somebody who's better at it than I am.
I'll tell you who it's not. A human being.
Mike, you do this for books, right?
Hey.
Yeah, Dave.
Who knows?
Yeah? Oh, who knows? Yeah, I do it for books, cover to cover.
So, David, I've had this argument with Mike Ryan.
But it's not AI that reads it.
All right.
It's usually like Danny McBride is reading it. It's not some AI thing. I don't support AI reading.
Okay,
I don't like that.
So, David, like Mike Ryan claims that he read a book when the book, when he listens to the book. Does that count as reading?
Well, as you can see behind me, The Movement made a critically acclaimed best-selling book written by yours truly, which has a audiobook version read by two fantastic readers, which I recommend anybody, if you buy it and listen to it, yes, you have read my book. So shout out to everybody who reads the book via audiobook. So way to go. And you can do it at 1.5 speed even if you want to.
I
so
do it,
shout out to that.
I do it even faster than that.
Also, like Toni Morrison reads her own books, and they add a little something to it when she's reading like Beloved and Song of Solomon. So shout out to that.
Thank you for not judging me. An author probably would judge me for not actually reading the books, but I take in the same information as everybody else.
And I take in the same amount of money when you buy the book.
There
so
you
there's
go.
that too. There's that.
Hell yeah.
David, were you surprised that Deshaun Watson was named the starter yesterday?
No, unfortunately. Sadly not. I was not surprised. The Browns seem to be teetering towards this catastrophe for weeks now. I never kind of bought into the, like, if this was a real quarterback debate or competition, it would have been over weeks ago, and it certainly wouldn't have been over when the guy goes on the microphone and trashes his fans and says and brings up unprompted, hey, these people may actually be booing me because I settled 27 cases of sexual assault against women. Like that generally says, hey, maybe I shouldn't be starting anymore. But the Browns were dead set on having this monster of an event happen, this catastrophe, this disaster that insults their fans, that insults us as people who are not Browns fans who are watching football, and pretty much every woman in the world. It's just one of the worst, unconscionable decisions I could think of from a franchise.
But I think the reality of it is, Deshaun Watson can believe that it's personal that they're booing him. I think that's bullshit. Like, that's not how sports work. Unfortunately, our morals, we throw them to the side, where if Deshaun Watson was a good football player, they would not be booing him.
I'm with you. I agree with you. Like, they're and this is the thing that sort of Browns and Cleveland folks kind of got to reckon with themselves, right? Is that you are, talking about, hey, we're not going to come to games, we're going to boo, we're going to do this stuff. And I would imagine that if it were all about all of the stuff, then you kind of would have had that mentality when they signed him. Like this would have, let's take it back. I know it was a few quote unquote few bad apples, but let's think back to the massage table cosplaying that people were doing on his first game. Like, there was some really despicable support of this dude. And if you're a Browns fan, you kind of gotta be honest with yourselves about why you're booing this dude. Like, and what you would have done, to your point, Zaz, what would you have done if this dude were good? Like, if he were, the second coming of whatever, Peyton Manning, and he showed up in the Browns, y'all made playoff runs, would you be the guys in my mentions who were like, that happened a long time ago? Last time I checked, innocent until proven guilty in America, or whatever these idiots are saying to defend this guy. Would you have been one of those dudes if he was throwing 4,000 yards a season?
Do you think there's actually any... Now, Mike Ryan, I don't know if you know, David, Mike Ryan was a lifelong Cleveland Browns fan. And he gave up his Browns fandom when they signed Deshaun Watson. Now, Mike, is there a place where you would go back to the Browns? Like, when Deshaun Watson's days are done, would you go back to them?
We entertained that hypothetical because I'm a huge University of Miami guy. And if Cam Ward ended up going to Cleveland because they were picking high, that was a decision that I had to make. And I still have issues with the front office. A lot of those people, those decision makers are there. But I have a ton of issues with Jimmy Haslam. But, there were plenty of times, and we encounter this as sports fans. Kareem Hunt made a lot of contributions to a Browns team that did not have Deshaun Watson on it, and people felt a certain way. Now, I do think that there's a difference. I do think that there's a sliding scale. I do think 30 sexual assault allegations is a bit different than, making one or two mistakes.
At 20, you start to feel like, what's going on here?
But for me, it became impossible to disassociate the success of the team and the team itself from the guy that was touching the ball every play under center. And I just couldn't do it. And I hated the decision. And while Cam Ward is a unique circumstance, I don't know if I'd ever go back. And it's not like I miss them. They haven't really given me a reason to either. I did root for individual guys, though. Nick Chubb's one of my favorite players. He just retired right now. I'm sad to see him go. I root for Myles Garrett. I rooted for Myles Garrett while he was wearing the orange helmet.
So, David, like, between the Browns or even the NFL, like, are there any real long-term ramifications to any of this?
No. None whatsoever. And again, if this dude were good at football, he'd play another 10 years and everybody would just move on for it. But like, to Mike's point, like, this is kind of what sports is about. Like, it's really the thing about what sports is compromising your morals at certain points. Like, there's really no apples to apples thing here that you could talk about. Because, like, you could say, hey, you talk about Deshaun Watson, why don't you talk about XYZ dude? And it's the fact of, like, everything we do is sort of compromised in this sort of way, especially sports. Like, we are rooting for teams who are owned by some of the worst people that you can imagine, some of these billionaires. And, like, where do we draw the line? And yes, it's going to be inconsistent. Like, yes, there are going to be things that we compromise by ourselves and say, I root for this, but I don't root for that. Zaz, we're big wrestling fans. Lord knows that there are tons of complications with that, tons of things that we would not condone, but we still go to these events. And then at the same time, we're talking about how bad Deshaun Watson is. And then it's like, and I know we joked about it, but like, if it were 3 women, would people have been more okay with it? What is it 6? Like, what's the number? Like, it is your own moral compass, and we're always sort of put in this position because we're sports fans. Like, that's part of being a sports fan.
Chris, do you ever think about, like, as Dolphin fans, we were kind of close to this being our problem. When the Deshaun Watson thing was going on, it was what? I think it was the Dolphins and the Saints. I think the Falcons.
And there was that brief moment where I was relieved because this was something that was hanging over the Browns. Yeah. And they were actually ruled out.
They were.
And they got back into it with this unprecedented contract.
Right. He can stand up there and talk about how he puts the helmet on and the jersey on to represent the city. Bullshit, okay?
We did shows imagining what our reaction would be if he landed here.
Yeah, like, this was so close to being our problem. Like, I'm trying to think of an instance where it could be a player in the Dolphins, maybe it's the Heat, whatever, where you had a guy like this playing for you who you just felt was so despicable and you hated having to root for him. I can't really think of that example, David.
Really? Not a recent one?
Wide receiver for the Dolphins?
Guy scored a lot of touchdowns.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill's a good one. You're right. Tyreek Hill's a good one.
Piece of garbage.
And I guess there was enough time in between because the allegations against him was when he was in college before he got to the Chiefs.
Oh, he got some.
There was 3 more. Yeah.
In Kansas City, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one. So that's probably the one. And yeah, I kind of brushed it to the side because that's how sports fandom works.
I think anybody who is a sports fan has had this moment with their favorite team where they're like, I got to make this tough decision.
Yeah.
And
yes.
It is, and it is a tough decision. I mean, it is a decision. It's a tough decision. I know people who, to this day, have not watched NFL since Colin Kaepernick, got blackballed. Like that, there's people who just, I will not take part in it. And there are people who are immediately back, and you kind of justify it and all this. I mean, Cowboys fans have the biggest sort of black fandom in the country, right? And like Jerry Jones was like somewhere in the vicinity of the Little Rock Nine back then. Like you always do this compromising.
David, I want to get some thoughts from you here. Not necessarily about Enes Kanter, because I hate the idea of, like, we haven't talked about it very much at all here this week, because I just don't like the idea of giving him the attention. It's really what he wants. He's very clearly a huge loser. But is Enes Kanter on the Mount Rushmore of sports losers?
I think so. I think he is a massive, massive loser. And that is about the amount of attention that he deserves. It's like there's not even a like political thing to talk about with him. There's not even like a thing of sort of these people that we've talked about, Deshaun Watson, things like that. It's just you're a loser, man. You're just kind of a bum and a loser, and it's not even sad because there was nothing to be like you're just kind of a loser. That's really what it is.
Like I found very little commentary. Like Juju, have you seen anyone online who like appreciates what Enes Kanter did a couple days ago?
Unfortunately, I see them by the droves online, which I just don't
But
understand.
appreciating what he did at the game.
Yes.
Not like the whole stance, but
Bruh.
confronting the girls and...
It's dumbasses all around. And I think that, bruh, whatever you fighting for, if you got to manufacture these moments, you the damn problem, dog. Like, if you see him, you see Royce White, and you be like, yeah, you the damn problem, because it's all ridiculous. They trying to hijack these situations and these topics and put them over here just because that's what they want you to do when they falling for it, bruh.
David, you're in Atlanta. Someone asked you something that we brought up earlier in the show today. Angel Reese, good player or not a good player?
Good player. And I think she's gotten better this season. Last 5 games she's been on a tear. I think there's a lot to improve on, namely sort of the scoring around the basket. I'd like to get the shot above the shoulders so you can finish a little bit close to the basket. But I mean, she's had a hell of a 5 games ever since that loss to the Fever. All the rebounds last night. Like we can't discredit the rebounds, the defense, the pass, and the things that she's got better. And she's on the team right now that's playing well in the playoffs. So yeah, I think Angel Reese. I think like sometimes to the people who don't watch the game and love the popularity kind of overinflate the greatness a little bit. But at the same time, I mean, I think she's definitely a good player, an all-star level player in the WNBA. Yeah,
they said earlier that her offensive game is very hard to watch. You know who else offensive game is hard to watch? Rudy damn Gobert, but try it if you want to. Through the stands.
Yeah. I think it's a fair sort of like comparison to think of her and those like offensively limited players that are still worthwhile for a team, like a Rudy Gobert, even a Draymond who doesn't handle the ball as well. Dennis Rodman, players like that throughout the history of the game who had this utility of doing all kinds of things, and their offense is limited. And I know like when you're clipping things online and try to like make the arguments, you're always going to be like, look at her missing these layups, and I get it, that's fine. Pull up the same clips of the Rudy Gobert comp and like look at this dude. This dude is not Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Like neither of them are going to be Akeem Olajuwon in the paint, but there's definitely, especially with a team like the Dream, where you have 2 really good perimeter players, she complements them really well.
David, yesterday the SEC released a statement about what they believe eligibility to play college athletics should and should not be. The Big Ten apparently is about to make a ruling where they are not going to allow players who have declared to be professional to still come back and play college sports. Are you all fired up over what's going on right now with guys like Daquan Wright, guys who have played an actual professional game, being allowed to go back to school like we saw this week?
I don't care. at all. I honestly could not care less about NCAA rules, which for my lifetime have never mattered. like it is the wild, wild west. And my favorite, I actually love this. My favorite thing about this is the coaches. If there's one thing a college coach knows how to do, which we've heard, is like, oh man, I don't like this, but it's just the way the world is now. Gotta do it. Like that's what they've been doing all weekend. That's what they know how to do better than anybody in the world. They know how to get in front of a microphone and say, this thing is bad for sports, but if other people are doing it, I gotta do it. I hate that I had to do it. Like, oh man, it sucks. This is what they do. We're gonna be getting this for the next couple weeks as they're welcoming these players back. Like, I'm gonna pull out the tiniest violin possible for the NCAA being upset that people are skirting rules and doing whatever the hell they want because coaches do it, like colleges do it, everybody does it. Now players are kind of doing it. And I just do not have the energy to be outraged by it.
One last thing on Deshaun Watson, because publicly he did show more remorse for his comments on Saturday than
I don't believe anything he says.
For what he was accused of. But Deshaun, one of the sticking points was, yeah, it's personal. Okay, it's personal. You served an 11-game suspension, one of the longest in NFL history. They don't do that to innocent dudes. The settlement allows for you to maintain your public innocence, even though you have not really shown contrition for the acts you were accused of. What's the big deal with this being a personal issue? You're damn right it's personal.
Yeah, I mean, but this is a guy who's been enabled and been treated like he did nothing wrong since it happened. You got a slap on the think about it. Think about what has happened to this dude since then. You got a slap on the wrist of an 11-game suspension. You've barely played. You got the richest contract in NFL history at the time. You've had no real time where you've had to have contrition over this. And again, like we know, if he played better, nobody'd be talking about this. Like I totally understand the type of guy who allegedly does what he allegedly did. It feels like you can move freely in the world, allegedly doing these things. Nobody holds you accountable for it, and you get booed, and you're saying, oh my goodness, these people are personally attacking me, and I'm going to go talk to my family about this. Oh my goodness, this is a terrible thing that happened. And you still get the starting job that you don't deserve. Like there is no reason for him to show contrition because nobody is holding his feet to the fire or giving him any sort of consequences that are saying, dude, you did something wrong. Like do something, like make it better. Like there's never happened and it kind of never will. It's going to fade off to the sunset as a failed quarterback with a boatload of money who allegedly did the most terrible things you could possibly do, and nobody's going to have to talk to him about it.
But also he's been buns. So I am curious, like, why they haven't just parted with him. You've already paid the money out. You're going to pay it no matter what. You could have, cut him and then stretched that money through multiple years. The cap hit now is going to be egregious. So, like, what is he still doing on the team?
I don't know. The only conclusion I could get to is that the cruelty is part of this. The desire to show people that we are owners, we can do whatever we want. There's no football logic to this. Like, there's no football logic to having this guy on the team. He's worth more to your franchise sitting on the bench or not even showing up to games. He's worth more to your franchise sitting at home, allowing Shedeur Sanders to either play well or stink and allow this dude to sell a bunch of jerseys than he is showing up to these games. The vibes are bad. Everybody's disgusted by you. There's no logic beyond this besides some sort of rebuke of quote-unquote cancel culture of feeling like we can do whatever the hell we want as owners of this team. Like, there's nothing that I could say that I can line up logically that says it makes sense for you to trot Deshaun Watson out there at all. There's got to be some sort of other motive that is grounded in the cruelty and the we want to prove everybody that we're right about something that we did all these years ago by paying this guy who, as you said so eloquently, is buns and stinks.
What's interesting, though, I guess the one thing that you could say in terms of cruelty is that this is going to be the only time period where Deshaun has to think about this every day. If you cut him and he gets to walk away with $230 million, he doesn't feel any of the pain and the boos and the ridicule that he is going to feel when he's on this team. So to a degree, it's like,
Good
well,
point.
we paid you all that money, so now you have to live in it just like we have to live in that mistake as well.
I feel you. Like it's a humiliation ritual for him. I would say that I'm with you on that, but I don't think this dude has a profile of somebody who has no ability to feel shame. Like if you felt shame, things would have been totally different in your life a long time ago. Like you have enablers around you. I don't think there's something in him that doesn't allow him to feel humiliation or shame or the need for contrition. There's none of that. I just think you're just not built, like, to be who Deshaun Watson is, you're just not built that way. And like there's nothing that's going to make that dude feel any sort of shame.
You can check. Oh, I'm sorry, Juju.
I was about to add, if there was a little bit of that in my boy, it all went away when they paid him all that cash.
Yeah. You can check out David's latest column. He's senior writer for ESPN's Anscape, where he wrote about Deshaun Watson. Most importantly, David, are you watching Lanterns on HBO Max?
Oh, locked into Lanterns. Locked in. Me and Akimes are doing viewer discretion. Actually, we're taping today. Talked about Lanterns. Cannot wait to talk about it. It's incredible. Watchmen is my favorite season of television of all time. So
really?
For them to circle back around and do Lanterns. We got to do a rewatch. Zaz, we got to do like a flashback on Watchmen.
Okay.
And do it on the pod.
Yeah, I would do that. I'll tell you what this series is also doing for me, because I love Lanterns. It's making me remember how much I love Kyle Chandler. Like I'll watch anything that he stars in. And you know what? Like there's you got the funny scene in Wolf of Wall Street, where he's on the yacht, and it's like there wasn't enough of that. I need more Kyle Chandler.
Yeah, was a big part of the pod was like, what has Hollywood and TV been doing with this dude for the past 15 years? Like one of the more underutilized talents. It's like sort of like a wide receiver that's kind of like, kind of going from different team to team, and then he shows up and he's like, it's like 1,500 yards. It's like, what have y'all been doing with him this entire time? Kyle Chandler is one of the great performers that we have, and it's just insane that he's not been in all kind of movies and TV shows. He should have like 4 or 5 shows under his belt right now, straight from Friday Night Lights all the way to now.
Do people today know about Friday Night Lights? Like a younger audience, are they aware of Friday Night Lights?
Zaz, he would get tomorrow's newspaper and he would have to change the future. Early edition. It was an incredible idea for his show. They should do that again.
That was him?
Yeah, that was it. I see what you're doing. You're being sarcastic.
No, I forgot it was him. I forgot he was in that show. It was.
What show was this?
Early edition.
Oh,
we were talking about it.
Yeah,
remember?
I don't know about that.
Okay, they would show ads during Nash Bridges, and we would watch Nash Bridges because Stone Cold played Jake Cage.
Yeah, that's true. Were you an Nash Bridges guy,
like,
David?
It was like Temu Quantum Leap, kind of.
A little bit.
I don't think it's Timu.
Nah, because Kyle Chandler at the time was also like a Temu Scott Bakula.
Yes, yeah.
What about...
Hey, man, everybody start somewhere. Start somewhere.
David, Spider-Man Brand New Day?
Classic. One of the great Spider-Man. One of the great Spider-Man movies. I think Tom Holland's got the crown. You're the GOAT Spider-Man. That's it.
Let me tell you something, David. This Mike Ryan over here, he hated it.
Yeah, and
what?
They should murder Jean Grey. Anything that they do to the mutants from here on out is totally justified. She's a monster and a killer.
Oh, that sounds like anti-mutant bigotry, if you ask me.
Justified. Justified.
Check
this was a terrorist act in New York City. Like what happened in 2001, Zaz. She held this, like there was somebody swimming in a pool, right? Someone drowned because they just so happened to be swimming in a pool when Jean Grey.
I mean, we
decided
saw
to
someone
pull
get
that
hit by
shit.
a car.
Spoiler alert.
Jean Grey did kill someone.
I haven't seen it yet. Jeez.
She's a murderer. Don't see it.
I mean, Trista, you do know that Sadie Sink's character is Jean Grey by now, right?
I did not know that. I've been trying to keep everything away from me from Spider-Man. The only thing that I know is that Tom Holland did that workout where he does 10 pull-ups, 10 push-ups, 15 squats.
And a whole bunch of steroids.
And a whole bunch of steroids in as many reps as he can in 20 minutes.
And also, like, you're a wanted vigilante, but help me with this kid. I gotta pay for his bills.
Let me tell you something.
I don't like it. Bad movie.
Well, I will say, all Spider-Man movies now streaming on Disney Plus. If anybody wants to have, go ahead, bundle Disney Plus
Good
with
company,
Hulu.
man. Good company, man.
Get ready for Doomsday coming. Good prep for that. Disney Plus is a great place to get all of your Marvel streaming needs. Great movies, classic movies that you have there. Disney Plus. Can't go wrong.
You can check David out on Anscape. David, tell everybody again about your podcast with Mina.
Viewer discretion. We're talking Lanterns and Furious, which is a really good show.
My wife's watching that right now. I'm not watching that. My wife likes it. It's a good show.
It's a banger. Good show.
Yes, sir.
Good show.
All right, Juju, you watch everything, man.
Exactly. I need a life, bruh.
Where do you have the time, dude?
Where does he get the time
for shows?
David,
He doesn't sleep.
excellent job. Good catching up with you, man.
You too. Talk to you guys later.
There you go, David Dennis Jr.
Jean Grey is a murderer.
I mean, we did see her on like that one dude got hit by a car. There's no way.
I'm gonna make a bold prediction with Jean Grey. This is only gonna get worse
as she gets more powerful.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Spoiler alert.
What is this show Furious about? My wife is watching it. She says it's one of the stranger shows she's ever seen.
Yeah, so without too many spoilers, there's a young lady who was taken advantage of along with a lot of her friends as a young kid, the worst way possible.
Okay.
And she goes about getting her revenge one guy at a time.
Oh.
Bim.
All right. And so she's furious. That's the title of the show?
So like Kill Bill?
Almost, but if Uma Thurman was homeless.
Or Charlize Theron in Monster?
Yes, but if Charlize Theron was homeless. Well, she kind of was.
She kind of was.
Yeah,
She was
yeah.
a trailer
Bit of a
park.
vagabond.
Yeah, Vagabino.
Can't believe you didn't like Spider-Man Brand New Day, dude. You
I
gotta see
laid it all
again.
out. I laid it all out. My reasons are good.
Movie's good.
Also, enough. Like it was bad banter between Punishers. Stop acting like, oh, they had such great chemistry. This is such great buddy cop. Yeah, God damn it, shit. You're like kid. It's so stupid.
That's your John Bernthal?
It's just like base level. Come on, kid.
I kind of hate John Bernthal,
What?
and I love John Bernthal at
Who
the same
doesn't
time.
love John
He's
Bernthal?
kind of typecast. He only has one
me tell you
style of
something.
dialogue.
Menelaus was like, I rewatched the Odyssey. The acting did not hold up.
It didn't. It didn't.
And Tom Holland should be embarrassed.
Okay.
I'll tell you who's never working with Christopher Nolan again.
Okay, slow down for a second with the
Tom Holland was terrible in the Odyssey. Terrible. Objectively
Tom
terrible.
Holland does not does not stand out. In
Give
the
me that
Odyssey.
one.
But
Does-
Matt
I
Damon,
do give you that one.
Matt Damon was good.
He was fine.
Matt
but-
Damon's great. Anne Hathaway, phenomenal.
Charlize Theron, good.
Not in it enough for me to care.
Well, she's still baddie.
John Leguizamo should win the award.
No.
He was the best in the movie.
No. He can be nominated, no doubt, but he's not even the best supporting actor in his own film.
Who was?
The only thing that really
The
stood
Witch?
out, the thing that stood out the most, The Witch was
The pig scene, for
I knew
sure.
I knew she was getting nominated from the second I saw that.
Samantha Morton.
The only thing that was better on second viewing when it came to the Odyssey was Pattinson's performance.
I know he was so hateable.
Yeah, because I was like, man, I'm really excited to watch him work in this film again, and it was so much,
He is
so
great.
good.
He is great.
It became so much more hateable the second time around.
I agree.
Somebody get these beggars out of here.
The little awkward smile afterwards. He's a joy in that film. No, but Brand New Day is not that good. The action isn't good enough to make up for the lack of progression. Everyone mentions it's the last big release before Doomsday. What did we set up? And now I know that it's easy for me
You
to
set
say.
up that there are X-Men.
That sets up X-Men.
Yeah.
Well, I know in Doomsday
Why
we're
does the
dealing with
movie have to
different
set
X-Men.
up what's next? Why can't it just be a movie?
I don't
I watched because it was a waste of time. It could have been an email.
I don't like combining Marvel and Avengers with X-Men. I think they should be separate but equal.
Thank you. That was an issue that I had with Avengers. It's like everyone's an Avenger. Everyone, yeah, and I'm sure you nerds in my mentions are like, well, at one point in time, everybody was an Avenger. Even you mentioned the Fantastic Four, the Thing was an Avenger. Miss me with that, dude. Like this, and also that Gambit wasn't from that universe.
Spoiler alert.
No, he's in the trailer. Okay. Like he was in the movie. He was in Deadpool as a rib, and now he's just like, all right, I guess it's canon. He was there the whole time with Sir Patrick Stewart. Fuck out of here. This is a mess.
Okay,
just correct it with the two movies and let's move on. But Brand New Day was not good. It was the worst of the Holland films, and you're lying to yourself if you're saying it's this all-time great movie. It could be a fine popcorn film. Go ahead. If you want to be basic like that, go be basic.
So you don't think I should even see it?
No, skip it.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
Skip
movies.
it unless you're ready to ask yourself some serious questions about mutant-human relations. Because right now, the humans are right.
I think David got to the bottom of it. You're
tried to kill half of
You might be a bigot against mutants.
But isn't that Marvel in general? Like the whole first Avengers was them ripping up New York.
Right, but these people are these poor people in New York have been through so much. Right. So much.
And
now,
9/11, 2001.
And now I can't even someone's going to take over my mind?
Wasn't one of the premises somebody was mad because something happened in one of them saving the world galaxy situations?
Yes,
but
Wanda.
Truck, okay, yeah, exactly. The trucks be falling on regular ass people all day. I'm like, damn, that's my grandma, bro. I don't give a damn no more about the
Wanda
Earth.
got mad about that and about what happened in Can you help me where it was?
The USSR?
No. It was that the country that flew up into the sky.
Yeah, what was it called again?
In Age of Ultron. Yeah. Is it important?
But also, what's his name? In Civil War, he was very mad about that.
Oh, also, it was a guy in a wheelchair on Batman vs. Superman. He was in the courtroom, and he blew that guy up. He was mad.
Completely different company. One of the big problems with Zack Snyder's whole attempt at DC was man, Superman was just a mass murderer. He didn't care what was happening. Didn't give a shit about collateral damage. And it's going to be hard for me to work up sympathy for the plight of the mutant, even though we have set up a Holocaust, no doubt, when Jean Grey tried to kill half of New York.
She's just a kid.
A danger to society. Killed. That's supposed to be one of the heroes. Damn. And also, that's the big villain, and according to canon, that she's gonna be a hero at some point in her story arc. So you can't believe this villain, even though she tries to commit atrocities left and right. Damn. I can totally see where the people in New York are like, all right, enough's enough.
Sokovia.
See, that's a good job out of you.
I used to bank there.
I feel so liberated and free because I've been like, man, a lot of people like Spider-Man, and now he's like kind of like a political movement.
You're the only person. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm on to you. I'm gonna be honest with you here. You got a little bit of everyone loves this, so I'm gonna hand it to you.
That's
Are
not
you,
me.
are you the Ethan Strauss of movies?
No, I'm
you
not.
You got a little bit of that to you.
You're the Ethan Strauss of movies.
I'm not. Dude, I like popular things. I like all the other Spider-Man. I wasn't doing that with all the other Spider-Man releases. This one, it's a little lame, especially by comparison. And you're making me feel like I'm that guy. I'm not that guy. I'm not a hipster with that stuff. I like to celebrate. No, I'm not.
You know what, pal? You're not that guy.
I'm not that guy.
Mm-hmm. Meant more when I said it.
Not that guy. And I hate the accusation. You're projecting.
Trista, did you see the press?
Especially with your Weezer takes.
You're
that guy with Weezer.
No,
I thought the same thing, but I kept it inside.
Okay, but
be more like Jeff. Yeah. Jeff and I are going on the Weezer cruise.
Uh-huh.
Jeff loves Weezer.
I want to go see Weezer.
Yeah, in the pre-show meeting, every time I say Weezer,
super
he
excited.
Pops his head up like a prairie dog.
You're going too, Chris?
No, I'm not, but I wish you had the enthusiasm Jeff does.
He asked me, what's your favorite off the White Album? I'm like, I kind of forgot.
Jeff looks like he
knows.
could be in Weezer.
He tried out. Shout out to Jeff.
Somebody get Jeff in here.
Really?
He has a waffle knit
Let's
under
cut
his
to Jeff.
t-shirt.
Take Jeff. I know they're setting up the camera shot back there.
It's summer.
Trista, what was going on with the San Diego Padres yesterday? The San Diego Padres, I guess, have new ownership, and they're and you're questioning who these people are who are taking over the team.
So yeah, I think it's a little bit interesting as we're talking about, the LA, San Diego area having real issues with ownership. You've got Steve Ballmer, an aspiration, plus, many more. I don't know. I think there were some trees that weren't planted that Kawhi got money for, and Daktronics apparently gave the one and only endorsement deal out to Kawhi, which is never given out. I don't know. We'll see. Pablo's done some stuff on it. Go on, Pablo Torre finds out. And then you also have the Lakers and Mark Walter. We don't know what's up with him, but it turns out he's divesting from Chelsea. He's divesting, had to sell his stake in the Lakers, and now the Bust family has to sell as well. Now there's a Kushner involved. So, but we're not asking any questions about these dudes, where they get their money. But Kwanzaa Jones ends up buying.
That's her name, Kwanzaa Jones?
Kwanzaa Jones.
Yep.
It's an Austin Powers character.
Does sound like it.
And she's got enthusiasm that rivals Steve Ballmer. Do we have the clip?
You all may be wondering, how does this work? Like, not the mic, this work. And when we are all in, and you all heard the song as we walked in, we are all in. It's not lip service. If you heard it, we gonna win. We gonna win. We're gonna win and win it all. We hope it's sooner rather than later. Can I ask you all to smile and say cheese, please? We're super excited. Oh, thank you all.
We'd like to.
I don't think you've ever seen an owner of a team introduced in that fashion. I think we like that, right?
I love it.
I love it as well, but apparently people are like, who is this wacky lady? Where'd she get her money from? Is she legit?
Zagaki.
Well, that part's a fair question. Based on
Is it?
Whoa.
Based on what we've seen recently with some of these ownership changes, I think that part's fair.
You think that's why?
You
think
clean
that's
that up nice.
Scandal.
I think that part's fair.
And a butte.
What else would I have meant?
Her hat.
I think that part there is fair to ask. Or because Adam Silver in the NBA is letting anybody into his league, apparently. All right. So I think that part's fair to wonder at least. But if I'm a Padres fan, I'd much rather that than some stuffy old dude who bought my team who looks like everyone else. Who, I don't know, that woman seems like she, wants to win. I kind of like it.
I love it. I think her enthusiasm is infectious. I think the braid that
Don't
was
look at me like
swinging
that.
in the air, it was the reason that you were like, I don't know. She seems sus.
No, I don't think she.
It's
I
something
like
that
her.
you said.
I never say the wrong thing. How dare you?
I think Sis is an innovator. Something like how Ellie the elephant, the New York Liberty mascot, before Ellie, it was just, oh, hey, guys, watch me do the running man. Yeah. But Ellie come out fierce, and now since then, all mascots have been fierce after her. I think she is a kind of a dog whistle to the lame and boring owners to step it up, bruh. Don't you want to come over here to the West Coast where you ain't got to worry about the producers all in your videos? You feel me?
Yeah.
Come to Death Row and win.
I'm glad that we all like her. Shame on you.
Yeah.
You like to do that thing where
It's a rough
something's
look.
popular with us and say that you don't like it because she's wearing a hat.
Rough look
See,
for Zaz.
Now you're projecting because I outed you as someone who wants to go against everybody who loves a movie, and you have to be the
I'm
one
gonna
who
do
doesn't.
the things that I want to do. I ain't got a thing to prove to you.
Don't project
I'm gonna
on
eat
me.
my candy with the pork and beans. Excuse my manners if I make a scene. I ain't gonna wear the clothes that you like.
Brothers of Destruction as a nickname. It doesn't really, it rivals in terms of being bad. I think it rivals yesterday's The Schnoz as a nickname.
How dare you?
I don't like that applied to basketball. I think that's a great, Brothers of Destruction is great for football or WWE, not for basketball. What are you doing?
Yeah, Derek Hall yesterday had a T-shirt that said "Manager of Violence" on it, and I said, "That's a cool T-shirt, but it only applies to football. You can't wear that in basketball." Manager of Violence, right? But for football, it's a perfect shirt.
See, they have Bam as Undertaker and Giannis as Kane. I'd have it the other way. I know I'm nitpicking here, but I would have Giannis as the Undertaker.
Does this work for you guys though? Like I think it's pretty
It's a long one. It's a lengthy
stinky.
one,
Yeah, may contain errors.
Can
is
Eric Reed say
short.
that? The Brothers of Destruction.
It's a little long.
Can he? I don't know if he could.
He
say
did
it.
say the man with the golden arm.
Yeah, that's true.
That won't work, Brothers of Destruction. It'll be on a T-shirt.
What would it sound like, though,
It'll
if
be
Eric
Chris
Reed tried?
Chris, thank you. Hold on a second. Greg, how did you not see
Yeah.
that your son was tossing you an alley-oop there to do your Eric Reed impersonation using Brothers of Destruction? Just explain to me. You've spent a lifetime together. You would think you have a lifetime of chemistry together. How did you not see that your son was just lobbing you the request to do your Eric Reed while using the Brothers of Destruction?
I don't like the impersonation that Greg Cody does of me. I don't appreciate it at all. And the Brothers of Destruction, I don't know about that. That's the 4th or 5th best nickname that I have seen in the last week. It doesn't work for me. They're both going to be alley-ooping and slamming and all this. They're great individual players, but Brothers of Destruction, no, that's not going to work. Back in my day, you didn't do that with two players who were playing hoops.
Thank you.
Bomb Eric Reed.
Oh, the velvety voice of one Gregory P. Cody. I'm Jason Jackson.
Eric.
Whoa.
You know what you guys have now done, right? The last 3.5 minutes are going to be the roundtable discussion of Tony Fiorentino and Jason Jackson and Eric Reed. I would just like them to, the three of them, I want to see and hear the three of them break down this upcoming Miami Heat season. Jason Jackson, you are the greatest of the hosts. Eric Reed doesn't mind in this particular instance allowing you to set the table on Tony Fiorentino, Eric Reed, and Jason Jackson discussing this upcoming Miami Heat season.
Oh, a luxurious introduction by the magnanimous Dan Le Batard.
We're looking forward to seeing LeBron come back in the house and hearing all the fans boo him.
Eric.
Juju, I know you got a top 5 for us today. What do you got, man?
Yes, sir, man. Inspired by my brother Erling Haaland's haircut, it made me think, who are some of the people in sports that most benefited from a haircut? And I think the jury's out on Erling. What you think, Mike, about was it a good move or was it a bad move?
Bad move for his brand.
Yeah.
Bad move.
What is he thinking there?
All right.
It's true.
Exactly. So I got a top 5 people in sports whose haircut glowed them up.
Okay.
No OLI. Straight number 5. My brother and yours, Mo Salah.
Okay.
It's a good one.
It wasn't just a haircut.
Oh! Look at my boy.
Look at the difference. Look at the difference. It ain't the hair length. It's
a little bit of a trim.
No, now he's playing in Turkey, but it's not his first visit. Let's just say that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I always say, look, whenever my hair go, Beijing, look me up. I will be your number 1 supplier. Number 4, my sister and yours, Megan Rapinoe.
That was her?
That was her, bruh. I don't even remember that little sis right there.
Wow.
Salute. Number 3, my former brother and on the worst team in the NBA, Derek White.
It's a great list. Look at how handsome he looks on the right.
Right, bro. Total transformation.
10 out of 10.
What'd you say, Chris?
Couldn't even tell he needed it before.
Such a good-looking guy.
He was hiding it so well.
Number 2, from the Sacramento Kings, Devin Carter.
Oh, no.
All right. Again,
That one was rough.
not the only thing going on.
Oh, come on.
I mean, what? Don't have eyes? Like,
sheesh. I got him. And the number 1 person to glow up after a new haircut, Dennis Schroeder.
God, rocking the Stephen A.
Wasn't the
before.
only thing going on either.
Bruh, that brother is unrecognizable on the left. He is an alien. My boy came from Mars.
So I don't understand. He was coloring the birthmark then.
Jesus.
Right?
Oh, boy.
Majority of this list had hair transplants.
Oh,
That's
is that
unfair.
what it is?
You got to do what you got to do. You got to play within the rules. And in the rules of human life, you can get hair transplants.
I'd get a pretty sick haircut, too, if I could slick my hair back. But I'm not going to give the people that.
Touche.
Juju, we got a few polls here from today's show. Let's go over them. What do we got?
Yes, sir. Do you need new music? 53% of the audience says, yes, you do.
Scandal.
Blue Flame by Juju Got It, now available everywhere songs are available. And last poll, who was the better player, James Harden or Tracy McGrady? 63% of the audience know ball, Tracy McGrady, and those are your polls.
Scandal.
All right. There you go. Good job, Juju.
Thank you, brother.
Folks, listen up. Football is back, Jack, and DraftKings is getting you ready to make game day even bigger. Mark your calendar right now. Mark it. September 2nd, DraftKings game day arrives. And wherever you're watching, DraftKings is there. DraftKings Sports now live in all 50 states. One app, every sport, all 50 states. New DraftKings customers sign up with code DAN. Spend $5 to get $200 in rewards within 21 days. Includes all markets. That's code DAN. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Thank you. Good night, everybody.